Okay. It says that we're live. I'm just
Yep.
gonna go ahead and look at my channel and see
Okay.
if we are actually live. Because I have no idea what the fuck. Oh, yes, we are live. Beautiful. Okay.
All right.
Well, welcome everybody to this wonderful podcast. There's 0 people watching. Beautiful. So we'll be just basically talking to ourselves right now. And we're going to do like we do every year. We're going to talk about the best and the worst movies of 2019. In my opinion, the best decade. Well, no, not the best decade. The best year of the decade in film. There you go. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and present my guests here. We've got a few limited people because StreamYard isn't like Google Hangouts. I still hate you, Google, and your YouTube for removing Google Hangouts on air. Whatever. We're using StreamYard now. And okay, so we'll just introduce the guy that did the middle finger, and that is Tevye Smolka.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for having me out there on the show. And screw Google and post everything. Google Live Hangout. I think what a great service that I have contact everybody. Streaming is good, but Google Hangout better. But you know what? And here my top 10 with 2019. So I did my top 10 with them better on my channel. I'm gonna do it again, but yeah, before I'm gonna be crazy. So let's get the first one, shall we?
Now, I did not watch your stream because I wanted to see your picks live on the show. Then maybe I will watch your stream after. But yeah, it's I don't know. I'll see I'll see what your worst picks are. I'm very looking forward to that. Next to Tevye is Dan Skip Allen back again for more. How are you doing, Dan?
Hey, I'm doing good. You know, I love talking about movies, and you know, we've been doing this for a few years now. I don't know how many years.
For a long time.
Yeah. So you know, I figured, what the hell, I'll do it again. I got my own personal top 10 list supposed to be coming on the website at some point tonight. So this might be a little bit ahead of that. So we'll see what happens.
Cool. All right. Next is our favorite Canadian. Whatever, he loves Justin Trudeau as much as anyone in Canada does, which is literally no one. And that is Mark, the artist formerly known as Mark Tordai. Mark Turi, how are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of movies. I know that we've been doing this at least for 3 years, and this is actually
longer than that.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe a little more, maybe 4 or 5. But yeah, this is the first year that I watched under 50 movies the entire year.
Fuck.
I only watched 29 new release movies this year, most of them on Netflix. And I thought it was a pretty garbage year for movies, to be honest with you. Although I have to say, I didn't see a lot of those sequels. Like I love Jumanji, but I didn't want to see the sequel. I love Zombieland. I didn't want to see the sequel. And I was generally disappointed with a lot of movies this year, except for my top 10 and a couple of others. So yeah, I just didn't have the time, and kind of sucks, but I hope to watch more next year, but who knows. So
as Frank Sinatra said in Joker, that's life.
Yes, and that's a great movie.
I just go off of what Mark said real quick. I've seen close to 300 movies this year.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Well, I guess the 29 I saw were mostly shit, so I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's
but there are a lot I haven't seen. I'm actually on my other list, my best list. I don't have a worst list this year, unfortunately, but I'm gonna just go through some movies that I either was disappointed with or I didn't like, and I can come up with a pretty good. Like I actually have 20 movies that either were disappointments or I didn't like that I saw this year. So.
All right, cool. And our final guest, maybe there'll be another one joining. There's a 5 guest limit on StreamYard that I've sent the link to. That person said that maybe he was going to join. Who, if it doesn't matter. But we've got here Tommy Gibbons' best friend, Henry Wing. How are you doing?
Hey.
I guess
here
you're doing
talking
okay.
About the best. What's up?
I guess you're doing okay. Right there,
It's been a
Dylan.
really good year for
We're getting-
movies,
we're
but we've also gotten some really shitty ones as well. But
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Ewing, right? It's Ewing, right? Henry Ewing.
Ewing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ewing.
okay. Sorry, my mispronunciation.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah,
People-
you're French, Max. We forgive you.
Yeah.
I'm
Matt,
fucking French.
people mispronounce your name all the time, so it's about time.
I know.
Do it
I know.
for
That's why I put fucking Chief Palpatine, so no one's gonna mispronounce my name.
Well,
I am the Senate. Okay. Speaking of the Senate, we are going to start with, I believe, let's talk about the bad films first. Because, oh yeah,
boy.
as much
Oh,
as there were
yeah.
any good movies in 2019, there have been a lot of really awful movies, and most of them were from Disney.
Yep.
yeah.
And Tevya, you seem ready, so why don't you go ahead and give your 10 worst films of the year?
Okay. All right. Wait, yeah, my brother. Did my well, we have to tell my mention first. Okay.
Okay.
My tell mention first. Tell mention at the is replicas. What the fuck was this from?
Oh,
This movie. So, what the crap? This movie made no sense. Like, well, the concept with the coins, I'm fine with that. But the story, it got really stupid with the evil corporation. Like, why you can't make it fucking seven we want? Stop making the kind of stop fucking it up. Yeah. Don't forget what work movie I saw this year. I saw on demand. Thank God, and see it on theaters. But that movie's garbage.
Wait.
My next.
wait, you said it was the worst movie you've seen this year, but it's in your honorable mention?
No, this honorable mentions.
Oh,
I said
see,
one
okay.
of the
Sorry.
worst movies this year.
Replicates.
Yeah.
Rob, I have not seen that. I saw like the trailer. I was like, this looks like shit. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, it looks like a direct-to-video movie, and that's applied. It bombed. I love Keanu Reeves, but let's go with John Wick that came out this year, which we'll get to this movie later because I do like movies.
This movie was great.
Oh,
Fantastic.
John
Yep.
Wick. It's amazing.
My next Zombie mention is Zombieland Double Tap. Okay, here's the thing. I'm a huge fan of Zombieland. I was looking forward to Seagull, and because it looks funny, it looks with that, and. When I came up here, I thought it disappointing. It wasn't all bad, but after I'm here to get a sequel, I expected more. But it was so disappointing. With the damn shame, the cast was excellent. They still got it, but for what I got, it was like a mediocre sequel. With the damn shame. Like, they don't even know what to say Zombie, but it's not bad sequel at this point. My final song I mentioned is Dumbo. Oh! Dumbo was one of the worst movies I started this year. I did a rampant on it, and years ago, on my channel, I did at the
Yeah, with the pillow. Who
Yeah,
never
that.
forget.
And I brought that back for that review. I'm glad I did because fuck, this movie awful. Well, I didn't waste my time doing this garbage. Like, this is one of my worst movies I saw this year. This movie, the plot I think was similar with the movie. They expanded on with a bad idea. They got rid of the okay. They got the paying out, but this version not paying out for an actual wood anime movie. They made that the human character not interesting. Like, it's basically a stupid like they rip off or anything, but they messed it up. How you make a Dumbo when he just told you to do? I'm gonna fly. You got that part right, but what? It just made no sense. Just stupid. Ugh. Thank God it bombed. I hope it bombed. I don't remember, but it was so disappointing. The one game that came out of the streaming at the Octopus Duende. You ton of fun. But other than that, this movie a waste of time. Don't just skip it and don't waste your time.
What movie are you talking about? The one that you like?
Dumbo. Yeah.
Oh, Dumbo.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was a boring ass movie.
One thing that came out of China, with the actor played the wing leader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Danny DeVito and Bud Malkin. They were the two people I like in the movie. Other than that, all I care was just boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, screw this movie. Thank God we bombed me out to do it. Oh, wait, I didn't make it know. I can move on. But that's the potential. But I have a bad feeling it can fall into that way it'll actually make. We'll see. There we go. It'll be just all my mittens. Alright, now for the actual top 10 list. Okay, my number 10 with movie 2019 is Glass. Talk about wasted potential. You wasted potential.
Yeah, I agree.
No.
You guys haven't seen this best of the year list. I have.
No.
You guys are gonna love this. I've seen Max's best of the year list.
Oh no, Max, please, come on. Oh, come on. You put piece of shit Glass on your best list?
I will talk about this movie and I will make sure that you love it.
All right.
At the, no.
Oh boy, here we go.
There's so potential to be great. And everything I want, we're turning out to be good to come out of Unbreakable. We had like when Split at the came out.
Split was garbage.
I wrote Split. I think Split was a great horror movie. I like that movie.
That was great.
Split was
Split was
fantastic.
terrible.
It's really huge part for me. But and then we had Samuel Jackson come out. And this has been an epic great crossover. What I get? Bullshit. This movie made no sense. Like,
Yep.
Okay, you fucked it up. And the plot made no sense. The story was confusing.
Okay. Wait, what did they fuck up in that movie?
The ending.
Well,
No,
The ending was like awful. It was so
was
anticlimactic. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Literally, nothing happened.
I don't have any Blueberry characters. Spoiler alert, that's the movie, but that made it even more pissed off. Thinking, what? You took away I'm thinking if I'm breaking on, you killed him off? Why?
Because it's his fucking weakness that kills him. Water.
That's
A
true.
puddle of water. A puddle
A
of water.
puddle of water,
Yeah,
yes.
a puddle of water.
More a puddle and some drowns a bit. That made me even more mad. And they kill basically Split Care, which again that makes sense. And they kill Mr. Glass.
Well,
Great.
of course they kill him. He fucking fell off a wheelchair. His bones break.
Yeah, that's true. With and what respect because he did kill Kevin's dad, which I karma is a bitch in a way that didn't make sense. But it was such a weighty potential, and the bad guy made you win. Thanks a lot. Like, why do you always think they get the win and my kid get to lose? Ugh, stupid. And I was looking forward to the movie. I really was. Thank God I saw it on demand. I wanted to see the view. I never got a chance to, but yeah, it was such a disappointment. There we go. My number 9 most movie 2019 is Hellboy 2019.
Oh yeah, that was terrible.
With this crap.
Which movie?
Movie that I need to go reboot.
Hellboy.
I'm not to say reboot. This is garbage. Fuck! Like, this one, worst movie I've seen this year. This movie fucked better than Hellboy. It took my part and it messed it up, and the R-rated did nothing. And it was just stupid. Like,
That's cool.
They took this great movie and they fucked it up. Why do you keep messing up with? I just say reboot. Hellboy did not need a reboot. Did not need a reboot to begin with. You had 2 good movie. Give me my Hellboy 3. I don't need a reboot. But no, that's not a reboot. They fucked it up.
They fucked it up. Of course they fucked it up.
Yeah.
They didn't make Hellboy 3 with Guillermo del Toro. They just made a reboot with David Harbour of all
Yeah,
people.
it was a bad idea. Well, David Harbour is not the problem. I think he's a good actor. But dear God, they gave us nothing to work with. Plus, prior all the production problem with the movie, the tone made no sense. The story made no sense. Despite the fact it was garbage, this movie was the worst movie I've seen this year. This movie pissed me off. So my daddy had rabbit on it. And God did my rabbit ever get Irish and raised. Like, oh, fuck this movie. F the story and F the movie. If you want good Hellboy, watch the 2 Hellboy get the movie and read the comics. Or play Hellboy video game. Play more comics. Wait. Play Injustice 2 because that 2 had Hellboy in it. Awesome. Or play more Kombat 11. Like, oh, fuck this movie. Let the movie die or go burn in hell. That makes me go back to with fun at the Blood Queen. It was kind of fun. But I mean, it was just garbage. Yeah. Next. All right. My number 8 top 10 movie 2018, Doom Annihilation. What the
What?
fuck?
What was it?
My number 8 top 10 movie 2018 is Doom Annihilation.
Doom Annihilation.
Oh,
What the fuck is this crap? This movie
Okay.
made no sense. What the hell?
Oh, that. Why did you watch that crap?
Demons come from hell, and you get to kick Doom guy to kick some ass. But no, it's not yet. You know, not Doom guy, it's Doom chick. What? Where's Doom guy? Where's the guy I want to kick some ass? No Doom guy. Who's this chick? I don't care about her. I'm trying to get like Joanna Dark. What? No, this is not Perfect Dark Zero. This is movie. Did you forget what movie you're making? It's Doom, not being like Perfect Dark Zero. Did I miss anything? And the action was garbage. The special effects were cheap. This movie was direct to video, and Brad used it, and it was direct to video. And I saw it on Netflix on Christmas Day. I wish I didn't, but I had to turn my head to watch it because it's a bad one. But dear God, this movie sucked. This is one of the worst movies I've seen this year. This movie's garbage. The story I think they're down, but they fucking put it no demons. Okay, that's true. There's like one demon at the imp. That's what it is. What? What the hell, Nate? Where's the other demon? You can make about one for the imps? And zombies? Stop doing zombies to Doom. Give me, I think, my Doom, the one to kick them ass. What? God! I don't care, they're all expendable and they're all pointless. Like, this movie was garbage. Like, this movie was one of the worst movies I've seen this year. This movie sucked. Avoid me with the play. Well, good Doom movie. Play Doom 2016. I'll play Doom 1, Doom 3. Like, F this movie. Yeah. Like, did any of you guys see Doom Annihilation?
Nope.
nope.
That looked like
No.
garbage. I just watched the trailer and it looks like shit.
It was shit.
I don't know why you watch that crap, but okay.
I only wanted to try to because I do my worst for this, and it pissed me off so much. Oh, but they messed up the BFG again. How the fuck do you mess up the BFG 9000? It's more powerful weapon in Doom. It blows up demons. In this movie, that blows demons at all. It said, but you shoot them, and that's it. That's not the
Okay.
BFG. The B9000 was made and blow demons. They messed that up. The 2005 movies got that right. Kind of, sort of. It was stupid. It was that movie that they got over to the right. Said they don't even know that movie. There's more power to weapon. Yeah, I'm this point. Point is, Doom Annihilation garbage. Just skip it. Item. My number 7 was movie 2019 is a DC anime that came out to Wonder Woman Bloodlines. Okay, here's the thing. Out of Wonder Woman fans, this movie I think was fun, but out of movie, it tried to combine 3 different storylines into one movie. Translation, it didn't work. It could be cut the fuck. Like, oh, this movie was a mess. It wasn't all bad animation, it was all the action scenes were badass, but this movie is so disappointing. Out of Wonder Woman fan, it's mediocre. Out of fan picking up, it's fine. But we take the origin over again. We don't need the origin again. We already got the origin in the 2009 movie. That was fantastic. And the 2016 movie. I forget. When the live action movie came out. Yeah, whatever. I'm going my memory. Like, this movie was.
Talking about Wonder Woman Bloodlines?
Yes.
Okay, when did it come out?
This year.
It came out this year? Are you asking that? It came out in October?
Well, Wonder Woman Bloodline came out this year, but the actual live action Wonder Woman movie came out. Hang on.
Oh, the live action movie?
Yeah,
It came out in June of 2017.
Yeah, that. That one actually did do origin fantastic, but this movie it returned origin and the New 52 anime movie image thing. Found it.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you screen sharing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me just add that.
All right. Can you see?
Yeah.
Yeah, here it is. It came out in 2019.
It's got a good Rotten Tomato score.
Yeah. Like, for a lot of me, I think it's fine, but for me, I think it's disappointing. Maybe because I've been burned out with the GTA these days, but it wasn't all bad. It was just disappointing. They're trying to cram this story into one movie, and it didn't really work, in my opinion. Like, it wasn't terrible. Far from it. It wasn't one of what GTA movie that came in this year. No, we'll get to that later, but it was just disappointing. Like, it wasn't all bad, but what was good or what was excellent. The animation was fine. It just the story itself, it did a complete clusterfuck. That is my opinion.
Yeah.
Right number 7. Time my number 6. My number 6 was for trying to
Wait, number 7. What was your number 7? It was Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. All right. Well, like I said, what about a bad movie? Just mediocre, which is disappointing. That's my number 7. Turn my number 6. My number 6 worst movie 2019 is Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh yes.
I did not see that.
Stop.
Oh my god.
I did not want to see that one.
I like it. I like it. What can I
This
say?
pissed me off.
How?
Oh my god. First 5
Okay.
minutes
Okay.
made me mad. Spoiler if you actually Terminator Dark Fate. They killed John Connor in 35 minutes.
No, the first minute and a half.
Break me in half. Yeah. Like,
Oh hi, John Connor. Boom, you're dead.
Oh, hiya, John.
Hey, John.
John Connor. Like,
I like
this made me
And,
mad.
and by the way, James Cameron said that they were going to respect John Connor's legacy.
Yeah, especially my ass. You kill off the savior of the human race for a new character who's not injured by John Connor. John Connor's story was ending because Sarah Connor to protect her son from Terminator. That was the point of the first 2 movies, to protect John Connor. John Connor in the first movie, wasn't even born yet in the first movie. That made so much Kyle Reese. This makes Kyle Reese talking like pointless.
You can't put this on this. Your worst list, Terry. There's so many worse movies in this.
No, it's in my top 20 worst films of the year.
Yeah, this made me
It's
mad.
bad. It's bad.
As a Terminator fan, I was pissed. They killed John Connor for a new character who's not interested boy.
Well, they killed John Connor for what? What fucking reason do they kill him? Nothing.
Nothing. And the way that they explain is a new AI come I think back called Legion, who is not Skynet, but does the same idea like Skynet.
It's literally the same fucking thing.
It's the same plan. It was Skynet. What reason calling Skynet plan? You said, but there wasn't. They don't say no, Terminator. No. They said about a human hybrid, half human, half machine. Kind of like Marcus from Terminator Salvation. Wait a second. This was but there are 3 bad Terminator movies. But Terminator 3, Light of Machine after Terminator 3, Salvation and Genesis. Okay, that's not true. Genesis, that method.
Genesis wasn't horrible.
Yeah. I actually own that movie. I think downstairs.
God, Genesis is awful. Ugh.
It wasn't
It wasn't terrible.
This is the worst one.
It was
It's not the worst.
not the
Terminator 4 is the worst, but
Salvation.
Oh yeah, Terminator 4 is awful.
yeah, Salvation. Ugh.
It was such a messed up Terminator, that movie. They could have done a future war. They messed it up. The one good thing that came out of the trailer, guy, was Linda Hamilton as Sarah Connor and also at the T-800. But the one good that came out of the trailer, this movie was garbage. Like, this was the worst movie I've seen this year. After this movie, and after I've been in after the great this fight, Terminator. This is the final last shot. It's a good Terminator movie, but they fucked it up. Stop!
They fucked it up again. Again.
Like, how are you doing a good Terminator sequel? Oh wait, at this point, it's impossible. You know what? But I said that. Don't do any more Terminator movies. Let the franchise die with the end.
It's bombed though.
Yeah.
I did hear
I agree.
Tim Miller and James Cameron did not get along.
I did hear that.
I wish that James Cameron directed this. Jesus.
Yeah, James Cameron doesn't get along with anybody. That's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he's making 10 Avatar movies nobody
Yeah,
wants. But
By himself too.
yeah, by himself.
He's literally doing everything. He's shooting it, he's editing it, he's writing it, he's doing the visual effects. He's moved from Los Angeles all the way down to New Zealand to spend the next 10 years making Avatar movies
Making
by
Avatar
movies
nobody wants.
Nobody wants that shit.
Nobody won.
Hopefully he'll go bankrupt and never make another fucking movie again.
Like,
Jesus,
Alright,
that's harsh.
Number 5, Tavia. Number 5.
Oh yeah, one final point on it, Dog Free. After you've been mentioned, the way this movie ends, in my opinion, it did end with on towards they're dying again, and the
No.
Region cat or not Region the Rev 9 Terminator dying because they suck Gia and suck themselves again, and we had to argue with the new Resistance leader now basically trying to fight the machine. But you just Region Terminator 2 story again, but not the new character. Well, here's my idea when you have John Connor alive is what kills John Connor. Fine, here's don't kill him off in about 1 minute. Let him be the hero that we all love, and I'm sacrificing myself for Danny. Boom! There's your hero sacrifice. Yes, give me something, John Connor. A good hero sacrifice. Nothing I want to have. It would begin the next generation instead of killing him off. Very dumb. Yeah.
Number 5.
Number 5. All right. My number 5 was movie 2018, and I know it's going to be controversial. I know you like this movie, but man, I was so disappointed. It's so boring, and I add Astra.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I never saw it.
This movie sucked ass.
Yeah.
I actually like
Before people John me, hear me out. The Spider-Man item made the story is what I have a problem. It's so damn boring. Boring me I seen after this year. I mean, damn, don't animals that annoy me, but the story is like it's so kind of boring. Nothing happening. Like, can we just pick up the pace?
It's like the most pretentious garbage I've seen this year, and like a bunch of people like this. It's awful. I don't get how you like it.
I just like Mark's over here licking his chops. He's like, yes.
It's a terrible movie.
I'm like the emperor over here.
It's so boring. Like, nothing happening. It's just so damn slow. Like,
Unlimited power.
pick up the pace. Like,
Do it.
why would I be good at it? But I just don't care. Like,
I have to watch this now.
No, you don't have to watch it. It's terrible.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I actually liked it. I thought it was very gorgeous too. I mean,
Yeah, I
It
agree.
was. That's the only thing I loved
People
about
watch
it.
the movie, but it was so damn slow and boring.
heard
I
that.
can't follow it. It's a beautiful movie, but it's slow. Like
I
every
haven't heard much good about the story though.
This movie, I get it. He's trying to find his dad. And I'm up for that, but then when you find his dad, it's another dad went like freaking nuts.
Let go, Roy. Let go, Roy.
Yep.
Spoiler
Let go,
alert.
Roy.
Spoiler alert.
I'm
It's
actually
a terrible movie.
because of what you just said, Tavia. I'm actually changing my top 10. Put a movie that I absolutely cannot stand. I just realized it now, so I'm taking something off the list and adding something else on the list.
See what you've done,
Oh.
Tevia. You fudged it all up.
You fucked it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
We had order until you started.
Like, if you like the movie,
Yeah.
cool. More proud of you guys. I'm glad you like the movie. But for me, Betty, it is so
All right,
disappointing.
I'm gonna put this on the stream.
It's mediocre.
Number 4, Tev. Number 4.
Yeah, number 4. There you go. All right. My number 4 was movie 2019 and another DJ. Everyone that's an idiot. Oh.
Nice.
I'm only joking.
All right, what did you say, Tavia? I couldn't understand you.
Like, according to Max, everyone that's an idiot.
Yeah, don't listen.
All right. Number 4. Number 4.
Max.
Number 4.
You know, Max is crazy.
Classic Max.
There we go.
Max
My
is
number
French
4 was-
Canadian. He's got problems.
My number 4 was movie coming in 2018. It's not just the when it came out this year. Batman Hush.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was this? You basic one. That's Batman story. And you fucked up Batman. Hush?
Hush.
Why? Like, why make it the Hush? That's so stupid.
Tavia, rumor has it that Matt Reeves' Batman is going to either be The Long Halloween or Hush.
Well, they fucked it up. They fucked up indeed.
Would you want to see a live action of Hush by Matt Reeves?
I'd rather have that than this movie that we got. Like, I don't get the first two half were good. The first two had my X-Men. But what's that?
Iconic.
Is this a DC thing?
Yeah, DC animated.
Oh, okay.
I can't Batman story.
I understand. Yeah.
That's up than the early Japan. It's this story with X-Men. But the third half they fucked up by having that big reveal be not Tommy Elliott. No, but the winner. What? That makes no sense. How did it become Hush? What? What the?
Yeah, they screwed up the whole story. You're right, Tavia. I'll give you this one.
Yeah.
I'll give you this one.
Right?
Only this one.
That pissed me off so much. I didn't wait. Did I do a video? I forget. But like it didn't make any sense. This is so disappointing. I didn't.
What he's trying to say is read the comic, people.
Yeah,
You want to see the real Hush? Read the comic.
Yeah, read the comic or play Batman Arkham City or Arkham Knight. What they are
Better versions, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like read the comic or play those games. Like do not watch the movie. This movie is so disappointing. And the one good thing I here with the animation and but the story of Batman and Catwoman. That might be about, but the ending is what a problem with that because they changed the ending.
Remember they did a Killing Joke, Tavia, a couple years ago, which wasn't good either.
Yeah, they were Killing Joke. To be fair, I do like the.
I don't get it.
Killing Joke. It's still Batman and Batgirl Limerick is weird, but despite that negative, I still like the movie what it was. I saw it in theaters. I think love it, but despite that, this was so disappointing, and it just fucking made that twist killed it for me. If they kept with the little story and they kept. They gave the story with Tom and being Hush. I would have been all for some changes. But no, the main that's where they killed it for me. Stop changing elements for some story to do after adaptation like always doing the changes. Fine. Like Batman Gadget, that's a good idea adaptation for that movie. Or Devil Superman Link. Well, when Superman actually I like that movie forward, but you get my point. This movie is so disappointing. What movie that came out this year? It was so disappointing. Like, ugh.
What's number two, Tavia? What's number two?
Is it? I think it's at number 3.
Number three.
Yeah,
Wasn't
who's next?
No, 4 Batman Hush, and you've been number 3.
my bad. All right.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. My number 3 was movie 2019, X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I didn't even like that one.
I
And I like Apocalypse.
A good one. Good.
Apocalypse was good. Apocalypse was
X-Women.
I really like Apocalypse. Like,
Yeah,
what
there's
the
stuff
fuck?
in it I like, but
but this movie, it's just stupid. It
Yeah,
made
very boring.
Boring.
Apocalypse point. Like, wait, let me answer. So Jean Grey at the feet in Apocalypse.
yeah.
But this movie, she didn't have to. What? That didn't make any sense. If you got the last movie, so get the Phoenix. But this movie, she gets been so flared that thanks to so flared at the Phoenix for which dies over in the comics. But there's new anyway to the body call it disclose. With after the I don't remember the body being like 6 days. I know the comic they got killed off, but they wanted to name it alien species that's important. Like, how high did the Dark Phoenix storyline light? Like, the main Dark Phoenix is the point of Jean Grey becoming evil and destroying the entire galaxy. No, but this version, she didn't destroy the entire galaxy. She didn't turn evil, not because of the death, but because, not because of Hellfire Club, because Hellfire Club after they got killed up in X-Men First Class. No, not because of them, but because of the evil alien race. What? That didn't make any sense. And then, but now a complete jerky movie, which in concept, that's not a bad idea because that's an inside idea in theory, but execution and it's disappointing. And plus, oh god, my Mystique she get killed off, but I didn't care, so whatever, nothing lost.
Yeah. The biggest problem with this film, okay, guys, is that they have tried to make the Dark Phoenix story twice
Yes.
live action.
Damn
And
it,
X-Men, the animated series from the early mid-90s, is the only fucking thing that has made the Dark Phoenix saga as it should have been, other than the comic, which of course you cannot replicate.
No,
But as an adaptation, a fucking cartoon is better than 2 live action movies with hundreds of millions of dollars on a budget.
Yeah.
So it should just not do it. Just don't do it anymore.
They're gonna do it again, Mark. I'm telling you.
Well, they will.
No, they're going to do it
Disney.
with the right way,
Oh,
with the MCU.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be
yes.
good.
Yep.
With a proper direction.
This is the last action movie that's gonna be released on Fox. And
Wait, the New Mutants is actually coming out. There's a trailer coming next
That's
month.
right. There is.
They need to stop making the Dark Phoenix saga one movie.
No, it's probably gonna be more. They may actually do that Henry, that it makes sense that the Dark Phoenix saga will be like a two-parter, like the Infinity War.
Yeah,
It might actually end a phase of the MCU.
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna, but that makes sense that it could be like the ending of a phase or something.
Yeah.
That would be the right way to do it.
Two-parter makes more sense than doing an actor one movie, because one movie is not enough time to do the actor story. This story was made just you saga for the Phoenix saga first, then the Dark Phoenix saga. But
This is Kevin Feige, guys.
stop.
Kevin Feige's amazing. Yeah.
This is Kevin Feige with the X-Men at Fox. He's doing this, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to put it in his little corner over here, and when he's ready to do it, and it makes sense to do it, and people wash their hands of it, Tavia, that's when Kevin Feige is going to do it.
Indeed.
Yeah,
And not meant the ending of this movie, but it must make you weak. No, it made you strong. And the whole crime with the train. Okay, the train sequence is pretty awesome. I love that train sequence.
Yeah.
But other than that was worth playing at the TV movie period. Not the Magneto motivation also makes no sense, because what's my motivation? He wanted to kill Jean Grey, not because of the X-Men, no, because Mystique died. What? That didn't make it. Why did I need to travel?
It's because Jennifer Lawrence didn't want to do any more movies.
Wait, I don't blame her. I'm on her side.
And they shouldn't have brought her in for the other ones because she was sleeping for the whole.
Oh, she phones
the
it in
last
so
three
bad.
movies,
Oh
she
my
was sleeping.
God.
Yeah.
Every kid, if you pass, is good. All right, the one
She's
getting
a great actress, but when she doesn't give a fuck, she doesn't give a fuck.
You
I
can
agree. Apart from that, with the buying
All right, what's your two, Tevya?
Yeah, but back on track. I thought that being said, this movie was garbage, and what a way to end the fucking X-Men. You don't end with the bang, you end with a whimper. It's a lot. Fuck the movie. There you go. X-Men number two. My number two was movie 2019 that they came on Netflix. Godzilla the Planet Eater.
Godzilla, what?
Godzilla the Planet Eater.
The plant?
Oh yes.
Planet Eater.
Planet.
Eater.
Godzilla the Planet. Yeah, it's an anime.
Oh.
People like that, actually. I heard people like that, Tavia.
What? I didn't. This movie made no sense. What the fuck was this guy? The story
was this crap?
It's a big angry monster, not space. Like, what? Like, the story is stupid. It didn't make any sense. What the hell was I watching? I don't get the logic. It's due to and evil alien cult who penetrated human, and now the King Ghidorah came in space. Okay, King Ghidorah was from space, but he came in the actual mythology. But this King Ghidorah is an Angie from a black hole, and the space gets blown up. You get King Ghidorah, and the except I don't get what the plot is, movie. Please tell me. I connect the dots. What's going on? How many idiots movie like yours? And this movie is so stupid. It doesn't make sense. Why did people know his movie?
I can't wait to find out which your number one is after this, Tavia. That was an epic rant right there. That was an epic
It'll be
rant.
Star Wars, I bet you.
No, I think it's something else, and I have a feeling I know what it is still.
Cats. No.
Well, no, I see cats.
We did
Best
see
movie
this.
of all time.
Maybe it's The Lion King.
No, I see that movie either.
All right, Tevin, what's your number one? Go ahead.
Well, before I actually go to I do talk about the Planet Eater for a second, because we're going to do with this movie. But by the end of the Planet Eater, Hollywood sacrificed himself because, we the extra, maybe dead in my opinion. Technology was still alive. Humanity was still build the empire. And he dies, and now basically he sacrificed humanity now over to tribe people. What? The ending was just, I don't get it. It's just stupid. Like, this was one of my worst movies of 2019, and this movie was garbage. And thank God the trilogy is over, and we don't have to deal with any more Godzilla animated trilogies. Thank God the trilogy ended, and we don't have to deal with this crap. If it wasn't King of the Monsters, this actually would have been the final year of the comic Godzilla or the animation. Thank God King of the Monsters came out, and I don't have to deal with the animated trilogy ever again. It was a failed experiment, and screw those movies. Ugh. It's sad, I mean, it died of potential, but they messed it up. Also, when King Ghidorah gets defeated, this movie is stupid. Yeah, there we go. My number one worst movie of 2019. Drum roll, please. Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker.
I knew. I told you. I told
Wow.
you all.
How'd you know
Yeah,
that?
it is so disappointing.
Oh God.
I know it's something like this movie that's cool, more positive, but for me, personally, this movie made no sense. It made fan fiction of the movie.
Hey,
What-
Max, I don't mean to interrupt.
What-
Tebby, I don't mean to interrupt, but Max, do you remember when my number one worst movie of the year a couple of years ago was Star Trek Beyond?
Star Trek Beyond, yes.
Yeah,
I
so
remember
now
that.
so now where basically Tevia has experienced what I've experienced, which is the disappointment of a franchise that you've grown up loving. Anyway, go on, Tevia. I'm sorry. Go on.
Star Wars Skywalker might be it didn't want to end into an actual trilogy since starting beyond it, movie, but this movie makes no sense. Like it's very fantasy. The four powers are so very inconsistent because one let me tell you here, people. When was that thing? I know what he's having to explain. You really able to do that? We not to explain you it, but people want to watch the movies, like what that one passed. But in instant television. When can Tyrone do that with the Force? That's not how the Force works. Like, wait, Tyrone, what the fuck was that? Yeah, what the fuck was the crap? Yeah, I agree. That made no sense because one, when did Tyrone have a son? Two, why wasn't the son be the Force and then what his father? Three, more than all, when the hell didn't son have a granddaughter with Ray? Like, what? In the last movie, she was nobody, which I'm fine with that. That Jedi has a good idea.
I mean, you're right, Tavia. She wasn't supposed to be a nobody. I think
Yeah, I
Ryan
agree with that.
Johnson effed it up. Ryan Johnson effed that up.
No, he didn't.
You can't blame JJ.
That movie was terrific.
Shut up.
Last Jedi was
Right.
fantastic.
You're crazy.
Best movie of
Unlimited
2017 still is.
This might be like damage control. It's not like damage control and left her all out of existence and trying to make her after this movie and pick her to pieces because oh shit, Snoke's dead. We didn't have a new bad guy. We can't just try to win. Well, Kylo Ren after the usual man bad guy. No, we're bringing Palpatine back, but he's dead. I don't care. We need to bring Palpatine back because he's the only villain that we have left because even though Palpatine died after 6. How do you have this movie? They don't explain it. Or they can explain it.
Can we be very honest about Star Wars and just say that the only really, really great Star Wars movie is Empire, and the rest are really good movies or fine movies, but most of them actually are not that great. Like I love Attack of the Clones, but I'll admit it's not a great movie. I just like what Obi-Wan is doing. But like Star Wars, as far as movies are concerned, they're not masterpieces. Only Empire is. So the rest of it was pretty consistent, I think. The biggest problem with this movie was, as Tevi has mentioned, I know Maxwell mentioned it, is they didn't have a clear purpose from the get-go, and that really
I
sucked.
agree with that.
That's just because it's like, damage control for JJ. But like, I don't know if it's the worst movie of the year. I would say it's more disappointing a little bit, but I don't know. I mean, again, it's Tevia's choice.
Look at the production value. Look at the effect. There's so many good things about it that are good. You're talking about the story's not good. Maybe some of the acting.
The story might be garbage in my opinion. It just makes no sense.
It's literally okay. Well, people didn't like The Last Jedi, so we'll just go on Reddit and see what weird fucking fan theories they have, and then just write a screenplay based on that.
Red Letter Media, man. I love Red Letter Media.
Make it a movie.
That fourth power makes no sense because when can you instant tell about a lightsaber to another person?
Can I tell you though something about the Force? You know what really doesn't make sense? You know, in New Hope when they're going through the trench run.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do those two photon torpedoes? One overtakes the other, and then they go down the exhaust port. That's the Force. It doesn't make any sense, but that's Star Wars. When something doesn't make sense, it's the Force. That's kind of the problem with Star Wars. Like, why the trench run? You have professional pilots, and then you have a redneck from the desert who's 19 years old who comes to save the day. It's stupid, but then again, it's also very entertaining and very fun. So that's what Star Wars is. It's not a think piece. It's not Star Trek, right? Like I'm sorry to say that, but Star Trek is like they put science actually into the fiction. You know, like that's not what it is, right? Like it's just a fantasy.
Set your phasers to stun.
And then there's a lot of stupid shit in Star Wars anyway.
Whose list are we doing now?
half story. It's about the hero's journey, and I was all for that. In fact, that's why I thought this movie is going to the hero's journey, but with different at the story.
Yeah.
But originally, for city had a consistent vision. It drove it out plan, and it worked. Certainly, the prequel had a consistent vision. Whoever hate the movie, those we had a vision to it. But those we give us some different, again, new stuff with my father, expanded the universe. This movie, I mean, as it got the continuity and swapped it to the opposite. I mean, where the new Skywalker, ultimately, son of mine, we get Sharon Ben's movie, Kylo Ren with a villain. Always kind of go with them. Look, Kylo Ren, I want him to die because, in my opinion, he killed Solo.
The kiss.
Yeah, that made no sense out of it. And the way Palpatine,
I like that part.
Wait.
Okay.
All right, we'll go back into Star Wars when we get other people's lists. But yeah, who's next?
Yeah,
All right. Well, I have literally no order, so if someone wants to go,
I'll go.
that person can. Okay, Dan can go. Let's go.
Dan, go.
All right,
Go
so
Dan.
because it's the year 2019, I have 19 films on my best, and I have 19 films on my worst. So I have 9 honorable mentions. So I'm just going to go through those 9 honorable mentions, and then I'll get into my list really quick. Ready or Not, Tolkien, In the Tall Grass, Addams Family, The Dead Don't Die, Angel Has Fallen, Rambo: Last Blood, The Goldfinch, and Cats. Those are my honorable mentions for the worst of the year.
Oh, the worst. Okay, I was just saying if this is your best list, you're getting kicked out of here with Cats. Sorry.
No.
Okay, that was a worse list. All right.
Our worst list. Yeah,
I know.
But Ready or Not was pretty good. It was pretty
Ready or
good.
Not was awesome.
I didn't like it. Rambo: Last Blood. Oh God. All right. All right. So
You can go.
this list has got Academy Award winners, nominated actresses, actors, directors, you name it, on my list. So this is some of the worst. Got it all, yeah. Film guys from Academy Award winner Natalie Portman, a little film called Lucy in the Sky. This is about a woman who's an astronaut, and she comes back from a mission, and she's getting ready for her next mission, but she has some affairs and some things, and then she goes off the freaking deep end. This is based on a real life person, guys. This actually happened. You can look up the newsreels and stuff on this.
Wow.
Holy shit.
This movie is like her life, like this woman's life, goes off the freaking deep end. The further it goes, it starts out, wow, this is interesting. She's an astronaut. She's got this life. She's done, and there's some really good Dan Stevens, John Hamm, Zazie Beetz are in it. Then it just goes.
They keep changing aspect ratios all the time.
Oh,
I heard that. That's like a
wow.
That was so stupid. What was Noah Hawley doing? What was it? Noah
Hawley.
Yeah.
Noah
What was he doing? This isn't friggin' sorry. Over. This isn't the show on FX.
Legion.
Legion. We know there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on in his mind, and he's like a weird character. This is a real life person's story. You don't need all that aspect ratio. Dumb, ridiculous. Do not. And I repeat, Mark, I know you're going to see this.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
Lucy in the Sky is garbage.
I'm putting it on my list to watch.
You know what? It wasn't
And I will probably buy it on DVD as well.
I'm sure you
It's
will.
not a horrible movie.
Can I just see it, probably?
What'd you say, Tavia?
Fine.
Lucy's Sky, probably, if what you say is true, that would make sense with all the bullshit, pretended crap at the end of the movie. Right.
All right, so
what? Ad Astra or Lucy in the Sky?
No, Lucy in the Sky is way worse. I was gonna say.
I disagree.
Have you seen Lucy in the Sky, Max?
I've seen both movies. Yes, I saw. I thought it wasn't that bad. It wasn't horrible.
Oh, yeah. Ad Astra's way better. Ad Astra's way better. All right, number 9. You know, they've been doing a lot of these graphic novels turned like Valiant and some of the, not Valiant, but
Yeah.
what's the DC imprint that they turned like
Vertigo.
Vertigo.
Yeah,
Vertigo. They've been doing a lot of these type of things. The Boys, Preacher.
The boy at the is better. The boy at the.
I think I know which one you mean. I think I know.
I know
The
what you mean.
Kitchen.
You got it. The Kitchen.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I love period piece gangster movies, movies
okay.
set in the 60s and 70s. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. It's got this amazing cast. Melissa McCarthy,
Yeah.
Elizabeth Moss. I mean, what a great cast this had. Bill Camp had a great year as a character actor in a couple of good movies this year, Bill Camp. But he is wasted in this movie. The movie is bad. The story is bad. It's like they didn't realize what they had. And you know, the last thing I want to say is there's been so many great female directors that have done so many great films this year. This is not one of them. This lady was a writer, and this is her first movie that she directed.
Straight out of Compton.
Wow.
Wow.
She wrote Straight Outta Compton. Yep. Should not have directed this movie. Somebody else should have
I
directed
think she also wrote it.
Yeah,
she did.
Yep, she wrote it. I'm looking at. Oh, she also wrote Sleepless.
There's so many good.
Never heard of it.
Tiffany Haddish is in it. Yeah, I was so upset. I really was looking forward to it. But you got to remember, when it comes out early August or mid-August, that's usually a dead time for movies. So I should have picked up on that. I remake that. Why are they doing this with these damn remakes? This is another one they did not need to go back to. There's so many campy versions of this that everybody likes. You know, they get like one of the biggest voiceover guys in Hollywood to do the main character. And it's like, what a waste of him. And just what an awful, awful movie. Child's Play, absolutely hated it. I'm not even a fan of the original Child's Play.
Well, then you get out of here, sir. I'm
I've
kidding.
only seen the original.
This is just so bad.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Henry? Henry, what were you saying?
I said the original's the only one I'd seen.
Yeah,
I've seen all of them except the remake.
Yeah, this is so bad. I mean, guys, just Mark Hamill is wasted. He's the voice of the doll and stuff. And you can tell he's having a blast doing it because he's getting a paycheck. But the movie's not worth seeing. It's Aubrey Plaza's in it, and God, it's really bad. I actually agree with Tavia on a couple. Replicas, what a bad movie. Keanu Reeves is back to his like robot, like Keanu Reeves. You know why it works for John Wick? Who knows? But it didn't work for Replicas. Replicas, awful.
Replicas sucked ass.
Yeah, it was really bad. Another one. Once again, Tavia. I'm agreeing with Tavia on this. Dark Phoenix. This movie is so bad. You could tell the difference between like some of these set-based scenes and scenes like with the visual effects. There's no seam. They're not seamless. And you could tell there's so much difference in the different people that made the movie, the reshoots, and just the acting is just so bad. I mean, there's so many better people they could have. Why would you get a writer once again to direct a movie who he's never directed anything? I don't know what the heck they're doing. Just because you write movies doesn't mean you can direct. And
What are you talking about?
Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Dark Phoenix. Just
Wasn't it Alex Kurtzman?
yeah.
But I think Simon Kinberg wrote
Simon
this.
Kinberg.
Yeah,
exactly.
Kinberg.
Kinberg is the one who did it. And it's like,
Okay, yeah.
come on, guys, man. Jesus, and they put, you know how much money they put into this movie? And it doesn't even look like it looks like the money.
They put $200 million.
And it's
Yeah.
this movie. This is not a movie that looks like it's
I
200.
don't know where that money went.
Yeah, to the actors.
Where the hell did money?
It's
the
Jennifer
actors.
Lawrence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
You're
bet
right,
she
Mark.
got at least
You know
half
that.
that.
Sure, it went to them. I mean, you've
The
got
cast is
some
probably-
pretty big A-list actors in that movie doing nothing, so it went to them.
McAvoy, Fassbender.
Yeah,
Lauren.
and they don't make back end on that stuff. They get one salary, which is usually 20 mil.
Yeah. You're right. Another one. I think Tavia mentioned his honorable mentions. Hellboy 3. What the hell were they doing with Hellboy 3? Wow, was this bad or was this bad? I mean, I actually was really interested to see what David Harbour could do with this property. And man, was this bad. I mean, I know Guillermo del Toro wanted to spend $300 million on his version of this. They weren't going to do that. Guillermo del Toro, you're not going to get $300 million budget for a movie that you're lucky it made 150 the last time. Maybe it made its money back barely with like overseas markets and stuff like that. You're not going to get it. Doing everything practical is too expensive.
Yeah.
That's true.
Marvel
Mhm.
and freaking
right.
Disney are the only ones that have the money to be able to do all those practical things. So they did a lot of VFX. This is like what he's riding a freaking a horse with wings, which is awful. I mean, the villain, what was her name? The villain, she was in like the Resident Evil movies and stuff.
Mila Jovovich? Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like, it's crazy. This movie's so bad.
Well,
Yeah.
did her husband direct this Hellboy? Was it
No.
No,
W.S.
Neil,
Anderson?
no,
No.
Neil Marshall.
Okay,
Marshall, the director
Alright, yeah,
of the
Upgrade.
Rob-
Upgrade, right?
Oh, Upgrade is a great
He
movie.
did.
No?
He did Doomsday Kill.
Okay. All right, yeah.
Max, what were you saying, Max?
Neil Marshall did Tales of Halloween, Centurion, The Descent.
The
Dog
same, which is a great
Soldier.
horror movie. The same, awesome.
Yeah, he did like a bunch of horror movies.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Mhm.
Well, this is-
Studio, they fucked the movie over. He found the studios too, then messed the movie up.
All right. Here I'm going to double down on Oscar winners here, guys.
Okay.
We got 2 Oscar winners in this piece of crap. Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway.
Oh, I heard about
God.
this piece of
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is an interesting premise. It had really good cinematography. It's out on like this island. You're out on the ocean. Matthew McConaughey acting opposite Anne Hathaway. But what makes this movie so bad is it's got this stupid freaking twist that is
Yes.
Oh yeah, sci-fi twist. Is that stupid?
the dumbest freaking twist I've ever seen. I mean, what? I don't understand. They didn't like screen this for people.
And this
Like,
is from the guy who made Locke.
what did you say, Henry?
It's
Yeah,
the
that guy's-
director of Locke.
Oh, I love Locke.
Was Steve Knight or something? Yeah, he's
movie.
good.
Yeah. Oh my God. You waste 2 Oscar winners with McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. I mean, it's
And that story itself made no sense. It turned into a game, but wait, what? That did ultimately. How did this kid make the entire game? It's a simulated game, if it. I'm
It's
lost.
Serenity, right? That's the name of the film.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I did see it. So I saw it on demand.
Not the movie based on the TV show.
Yeah.
That is actually pretty good.
I like that movie. Yeah.
Another one. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I have been championing the horror genre the last 3 or 4 years. They have really made a lot of interesting. It's not like cookie cutter type movies. Not a lot of sequels. Not a lot of like things that you've seen. But sometimes, even though it's different, doesn't necessarily make it good. And this stupid movie called Countdown, where
Oh,
Countdown.
where they get this app on their phone and it counts down to their death, and it's just the dumbest thing. It's one of the dumbest.
Why would you download that app?
I mean, well, how stupid are you, right? How stupid are you, right? The movie's over. Don't
It's a death sentence.
Don't download the app. The movie's over. Don't download the app. There's no movie. It's just the dumbest. I mean, I'm like, come on, people. This is not.
I heard it was a sequel bait. This movie wasn't it a sequel bait?
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Well, if it made money, and it was on a low budget, and they made at least twice whatever it was, then they're going to make a sequel for sure.
Escape will not get a sequel supply, do they?
Yeah. So sorry to interrupt. It made budget was $6.5 million. It made $40 million. So there'll be a sequel.
You gotta make these low budget movies, man.
Well, it's
to make your money back.
It's the Blumhouse model. But the difference between Blumhouse and these other companies, the movies are good. They're good.
There's an app for that.
Huh?
Yep.
Death. There's an app for that.
Oh
I'm
God.
looking forward to the Invisible Man. I'll tell you right now. Wow, that looks incredible.
Well, it looks better than the Dark Universe movie that they were supposed to have with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Dark
Liz
Universe.
Moss.
Wah, wah.
Oh, there goes my friggin'
Mr. Rogers is mad at you.
yeah, he fell down. All right, I'll put him back up later.
An unfriendly day in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I use tape. All right, who's a fan of wrestlers becoming movies, other than The Rock? How many wrestlers have actually made the transition into movies?
I don't know, Mr.
John
like,
Cena.
have you ever seen that Hulk Hogan movie where he plays the male nanny? That's an amazing movie. No, it's not
It's
anyway.
a Bourbon
Well,
Commando.
John Cena is trying to
Yeah.
make the transition.
Playing with fire.
We can see he's trying.
Dave Bautista, I think, is doing a good job.
Yeah.
I'll
He was
say Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
John Cena, he was okay in blockers, and he was okay. What was the one where he was?
Bumblebee.
What's it called, Tavia?
He had to within
LeBron James is in it. It's got LeBron James. It's got Bill
Oh,
Hayden.
Trainwreck.
Oh, Trainwreck.
Trainwreck. Yeah, Trainwreck. Yeah.
He's okay in that. I'll tell you guys, he is not okay in playing with fire. They should have burnt this movie as soon as they saw the finished cut. This should have been thrown in the trash, put on fire. Never seen it again. I mean, you got Keenan,
Michael Key.
Keegan-Michael Key. You got John, Michael Sarah. I mean, not Michael Sarah, Michael Pena. You got some really good comedy people in here. But I'll tell you what. Oh my God. All the funniest scenes, you could literally watch the trailer, and every one of the funniest scenes in the movie are in the trailer. So you don't even have to watch this movie because all the best scenes are in the trailer. That's how bad this movie is. And usually when they want to get you to go see something that's bad, they put the best scenes in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Playing with Fire.
Exactly.
But I want to go back to a guy that who had a couple of resurgences in his life. He had a great early on career. Then he had a resurgence in the 90s. But then he's doing some movies lately that are absolute trash. How about this, guys? I was actually in person in a screening with this gentleman in his movie, and I literally wanted to go up to him and tell him what a piece of shit it was. And that's called The Fanatic, and his name is John Travolta.
Hey, John Travolta lives in like Orlando, I think. He's got this community where they can, where they got this community where all the driveways are like airstrips for the airplanes. Yeah,
I gotta watch that movie. It looks
awful. Yeah,
amazing.
It's awful. It's just basically like this fanatic who's being turned down by this guy.
Yeah.
And
I can hear about this movie.
and stuff like that.
Devin Sawa. Yeah.
Yeah, he's stalking him. And I'll tell you right now, John Travolta, I think remember we've also got the damn the other one that came out with John Travolta. What was it last year? Gotti,
Gotti is so bad.
Oh,
Let me tell you something.
Oh.
New York is the greatest fucking city. in the world.
it's bad.
Wasn't there that bother like gangster who died and then his son it's turned by him?
That's what it is. Yeah.
This is just as bad, if not.
And the son in that movie is the worst fucking actor I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And Gotti, the son in Gotti. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
The music as well.
John Gotti Jr. Is that it?
Oh yeah.
He was awful. He was awful. But the Fanatic is just as bad, Mark,
Yeah.
if not worse.
So I will probably watch it and buy it.
I know you will.
Well,
I know you will.
yeah.
But that's my 10.
What a fun bad movie.
All right.
to watch.
I want to go
Dan,
next.
thank
I
you.
want to go next. Can I go next?
I'm gonna go
Go
next. We'll do Tevya, Dan, me, Henry, Mark.
All right.
Okay.
We'll do that order. So I'm gonna go next. I haven't seen a lot of bad movies. I've seen, according to Letterboxd, 24.
24.
23 bad films. And so just real quick, 5 dishonorable mentions. The Dumbo remake, which is it's boring. It's probably one of the most boring movies I've seen this year. It's awful. The Climbers, which is a Chinese movie.
Never seen it.
So it's based on a true story of a Chinese team that climbed Mount Everest, but it's so ridiculously awful. None of it seems like it's based on a true story. the action scenes are so unrealistic, and then at the post credit scene, Jackie Chan shows up for like no fucking reason. He's there and he climbs a mountain with his metal leg, and he got paid like $5 million for this like small cameo. It's garbage. And Black International, the worst.
I heard that was shit.
Movie, in my opinion. You haven't seen it? It's boring. It's really boring. And by the way, Sony is so good at spoiling shit in their trailer that they spoiled in a subtle way the plot twist of the film. God damn it. Okay, yes, God damn it. The Lion King remake.
Yeah, I heard that was basically the same film, right, Max?
It's the same movie without the soul of the original Lion King. Yeah. It's just the photorealism, if you will, it's just garbage.
I was just laughing through it.
Yeah, it's awful. All the actors have literally no emotion, and the lions and the animals also have no emotion, so it's great.
Yeah.
And then finally, this is a movie that everyone's been saying, "Oh my god, it's one of the best animated films of the year. Oh, you have to see this." It's fucking garbage, and it's called "I Lost My Body," and it's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I just see that. That was weird. I didn't.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was terrible. It was
weird. I can't understand it. Like, I get the premise at the hand who really want to go back to.
It's about a dude that falls in love with a girl.
Yeah.
But then there's this weird hand that's walking around the sheer hand of France. But it's literally they reveal, like, it's not a fucking twist that it's the dude's hand, because it's the hand is so detailed and his hand is so detailed, and it just removes any form of suspense whatsoever. And it's just a really boring animated film. All right.
And hands alive somehow doesn't make any sense.
Top 10. Number 10. Ad Astra. More like Bad Astra.
Yeah.
Holy fuck. I wasn't feeling too great. I had these tonsil stones in my mouth. I went to the doctor to get them removed or whatever, and there were still some in me. And so during the movie was so bad that tonsil stones came out of my mouth. And I started bleeding out. And I was like, holy shit, this movie's so terrible. And I actually went to the bathroom because I didn't mind. The movie was so fucking terrible. It's basically Apocalypse Now in space with the voiceover of the theatrical cut of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
If you would remove Brad Pitt's voiceover, you would get, I would say, a pretty decent movie. But his voiceover ruins everything. It makes the whole movie look and sound terribly pretentious.
It does.
And this movie's so boring.
Yeah, well, you pretty much whatever was boring, we died in plot to it.
I was reading reviews of Ad Astra, about how people like this, and their explanations for it are absolutely ridiculous.
What the explanations?
Absolutely ridiculous. It's a watercolor of emotions flowing like tears.
Bullshit.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What does that even mean?
What are you on? What?
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I hated this movie. I just thought it was boring. It's, in my opinion, it's the most overrated film that came out this year. But
I agree.
I've got a couple of those overrated ones that you guys are gonna hate. Don't worry
about it. Okay, number 9, Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. Movie's garbage. Garbage. The screenplay, they literally made it up as they went along. There was no reason for Palpatine to come back. Absolutely no reason. Even if I love Ian McDiarmid, I love him. I love him as Palpatine, and in other movies he was great. There was no reason for him to come back. Absolutely no reason. Rey was much better as a nobody. Just it was terrible. Number 8, Aladdin, the remake.
What?
I would have been with that one.
Wow. Oh, get the hell out of here!
This movie
sucked. Oh,
okay, Will Smith was good. I'll give it that. I like Will Smith, and I like the effects. It was a pretty looking movie, like Star Wars. But Naomi Scott was atrocious as Jasmine. She
was not. She was amazing.
And all of them are all auto-tuned to shit. They're all auto-tuned.
Yeah, but so is everybody.
It's so obvious. And it's so cringeworthy to watch. What's the name of the guy that played Jafar?
I have no idea.
He was
He's
awful.
a great actor.
He was
Yeah.
no, he's not. He was terrible in this movie. Okay, whatever.
He's not this far. From the trailer, he's not boring. Like, that's not the far. The
It
far
was-
is the, what
it
kind of
was like-
benefits?
It was like watching a bad Bollywood movie.
Well, you
And
got
usually
to
Bollywood movies
You're
are
a bad Bollywood movie.
like Saho, which was a good Bollywood movie that no one liked. I thought it was really entertaining. Whatever.
There's a
Number
guy
7,
with you, a director I like who directed, like,
Guy Ritchie's a great director. Just
yeah. It's actually,
number 7, Alita: Battle Angel.
Oh,
what?
never
I
saw
love
that.
that movie. It was awesome. It's badass.
This movie was hot garbage.
Oh wow.
I
Hot.
just agree with
Garbage.
that.
The movie started. The movie does look good in 3D and everything, but as soon as Rosa Salazar's Alita opened her mouth and started eating oranges, and she was like, "This is so good," I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And then the next movie, they just set up a sequel. that's
How was
never gonna
Christoph
happen.
Waltz? How was Christoph Waltz? Was he
You're
good?
awesome.
Terrible. Dude, this movie just literally just says
I would like to
This is
tell you
never gonna happen.
something. Yeah, he's the best.
you know the poster of Alita Battle Angel. She is putting like red stuff on her face. It's
Yeah.
actually a dog's blood. She killed the dog and then she just puts the blood.
No,
on
the
her
other
face.
guy killed the dog.
Oh yeah,
The other
that's
guy
right,
killed
that's
the
right.
dog.
The other guy killed the dog, and then she puts the dog's blood on her face. It's fucking ridiculous. This movie,
Well,
Edward Norton. Edward Norton is in this for like 2 minutes. He appears at the end to set up a villain that's never gonna be in any other movie because the sequel is never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Alita Battle
I
Angel
love
2
the sequel, but the sequel
won't
was awesome.
happen. James Cameron is a no talent, overrated, mediocre piece of shit.
Thank you.
I literally the video where the dude yells at a guy playing a trumpet, "You miserable, no talent." That's basically what James Cameron is. Okay, number 6, Hellboy.
Ugh,
Ooh.
kill me.
Oh God, David Harbour was awful as Hellboy. He looks terrible. The movie looks terrible. It sounds terrible. It feels, oh God, it feels so awkward. It's absolutely ridiculous. I hated this movie. I love the Guillermo del Toro movies. This one, they should have made Hellboy 3, sure. With CGI, it's feasible, but they didn't need to reboot it. Thank God it's bombed. We're not going to have a sequel to that piece of garbage.
Once I get Hellboy 3 eventually, either the way like
Oh yeah,
20 years.
oh yeah, but we hope so. Okay, number 5. I don't think anyone saw this movie. Disney Nature's Penguins.
Oh, you know what time it is. Because you know it's up
I
in
am
the-
so sick and tired of these garbage Disney Nature movies
you
that
know.
have great imagery, but the narration is so fucking childish that you don't learn absolutely nothing. It's literally meant to entertain small infants who
Yeah.
understand nothing about life as of yet.
Yeah.
I'm happy that the new Disney Nature movie is coming out on Disney Plus, so I won't have to go see those movies in theaters.
I hope they
I hope
close
it'll
them
be
in
more
National
entertaining.
Geographic.
In
Yeah,
which
that's that makes more sense.
penguins throwing up and taking a shit, and instead of actually seeing penguins do interesting stuff, it's just garbage. Absolute garbage. I'm sick and tired of those Disney Nature movies. They're not doing well in theaters, and they should just keep shoving them up in our asshole.
Yeah.
Like Tommy Givens.
All right, number 4, another Disney movie, Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Something that did is more Fox. Fox.
Good.
Basically, Jessica Chastain plays a Skrull.
Yes.
I don't think anyone mentioned it.
You know, the scrolls in different areas.
The villains are Skrulls, and this movie's awful.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner playing this emo edgelord, thinking it's fun to kill people. It feels good. It's so bad. Oh God, it's terrible. And I actually worked on this movie for 1 month.
You did? Oh.
Yes, I did, and it was.
What did you do? Were you a PA?
I was a PA. Yes.
Yeah, PA work
Um,
sucks. Don't ever do PA work. It's bullshit.
I
Okay.
actually enjoyed it. I actually
How
enjoyed
much
it.
did you get paid?
Yeah.
Contract, and I did get paid. And
How much?
it was cool. And I met your favorite human being, Mark, Justin Trudeau.
Oh,
Visited.
of course.
So
You mean Justin Trudeau sing?
that's right. Justin,
Sing because
how much
he's
did
a
you get paid?
Sikh. Because he's a Sikh. Anyway, whatever.
whatever. Okay, number 3, The Kitchen. Whew. The Kitchen is part of the Gotti cinematic universe of bad mob movies. Because
Gotti cinematic. I want that now. Now I want that.
and now you want to watch it?
I haven't seen The Kitchen.
Watch it.
It's literally like three women. They just pick up guns and they think it's fun to kill people, and it's basically the whole movie. Like it's fun to kill people. It's fun to take over Hell's Kitchen because we're women and now we know how to kill people. Yay, patriarchy! It's just a bad movie with a bad script, horrible acting, a non-existent story, and really disturbing violence that add nothing to the film, in my opinion.
Which is sad because it's been a very good comment. I was looking forward to it, but I didn't get to see it.
All right, number 2, Disney remake, once again, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Oh, yeah.
The first one sucked.
I like the first one. I thought it was
Really?
fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. It wasn't amazing.
That's true. It was fine.
It was
Yeah.
fine.
This one just sucks. It's boring. They introduce Chiwetel Ejiofor in the movie only for him to die 20 minutes later.
Yeesh.
And then it's just visually interesting action with just dumb characters doing dumb shit. And then the movie just ends, and it's like, okay, fine. Once again, to make just cash grab content that isn't entertaining anymore. Bob Iger figured out how to make money, not how to make good content. Basically.
Question about this movie. Did Mercy turn into a villain after this movie, or is she still an anti-hero?
She's a good guy now.
Then what about Mr. Evil is supposed to be a villain, not anti?
It's whatever. It's life. It's terrible Mistress of Evil. Whatever. Okay, my number 1 horror movie of the year. Drum roll, please. Parasite.
What? Not that movie.
What?
It's a joke.
Yes.
It's a joke.
Thank you, Max.
No,
Thank
it's a
you,
joke.
Max.
It's a fucking
I
joke.
fucking hate this movie so much.
No, it's a
It's
joke.
a joke. It's a joke. It's
I
Gemini Man.
Yeah.
Parasite was fine. It wasn't amazing.
Subverting expectations.
I liked Parasite, but I didn't love it. Gemini Man.
Oh yeah, Gemini Man.
Gemini Man.
Ah, we're talking.
I saw that movie in 3D, 60 frames per second, and it was so weird. All the characters looked fake. All of the cinematography, the way that the film was shot looked like a bad TV sitcom.
Yeah.
Action sequences were just terribly jittery and weird to follow. The CGI Will Smith, the de-aged Will Smith, looks as bad as Robert De Niro's in The Irishman. The CGI de-aging is not a perfect technology. In my opinion, the best use of that de-aging is Captain Marvel. But it just looks weird. The HFR thing is just bad. It's not the future of movie making as much as Ang Lee wants you to believe it is. It's just terrible. Yeah. The plot is awful. The movie has literally no action until an hour into the movie, and the action scenes are boring, and the plot is boring. The characters are boring, and everything about this movie is soulless, vapid, boring. It's boring. It is boring.
Actually, Max, can I just say, don't you think the seeing it in the high frame rate made it a better film? You don't know?
Nope. It made it a worse film. I hate it.
What years ago, but the technology was about to catch up until now.
Yes. But the technology still isn't perfected. If you look at The Irishman and if you look at this movie, the de-aging still looks weird as shit. I particularly think that the young Will Smith is anything but amazing, especially in the final scene of the movie. It looks so weird. It looks like a bad PS2 game.
The Hitman movie that came out in 1847. Also,
I wanted to see Cats today, but the weather prevented me from seeing it, and I didn't want to risk my life to see Cats. I didn't want to.
Well, that's your fault.
I didn't want to die in a car crash, and then the news would say 21-year-old boy dies of a car crash wanting to go see Cats.
No, you know what it would say?
Karma.
You know what it would say? 21-year-old moron goes out to see Cats in snowstorm and dies. His parents commented and said, "Yeah, we're not gonna miss him. What a fucking idiot."
Who would want to risk their life to go see Cats?
I can see the Montreal Gazette right now, right in the title.
That's funny.
All right, now Henry can do his list if he wants to.
All right. Let's see.
Max dying on the way to see Cats.
Yeah, but
All right, so dishonorable mentions: Waves, In the Shadow of the Moon, Greta, The Lion King, The Kid Who Would Be King, Dark Phoenix, Brightburn, and Breakthrough.
that's all right.
It wasn't too bad.
All right. This doesn't look good already, Henry. This isn't looking good for you.
All right. So, for number 10 is After,
Oh yes.
which
Wait, yeah, actor? Never heard of it.
is just it's based off of like Harry Styles fan fiction.
What?
Yeah.
It's
Harry Styles fan fiction?
Really?
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right,
like
actually.
the protagonist, the girl is like supposed to be Taylor Swift, and the guy is supposed to be Harry Styles,
Ugh.
Yeah.
and the acting is just shit. I was just laughing the whole time, and apparently they're making a sequel.
Well, film critic John Demetri said it was reminiscent of Franco Zeffirelli.
Wait, what?
Who?
Yeah. he's friends with Armand White, so if that explains anything.
Yeah. But Peter Gallagher's in this apparently. Like he plays like the guy's dad. I don't know, it's a Wattpad production.
What?
Wattpad.
Wattpad? What the fuck is this?
It's
Wattpad. I'm
it's
looking at it right
like-
now. Oh, it's an internet community for readers and writers to publish new user-generated stories in different. It's fan fiction.
Yeah.
It is fan fiction. Yeah.
Like the kissing booth came from the same place.
Oh God.
Yeah. But anyway, 9 is Replicas. Which, besides this was a great year for Keanu Reeves with great roles in Toy Story 4 and Always Be My Maybe.
And John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's also filmed Bill and Ted, which will be good. But this has like CGI that would have been awful in 2004. And Keanu's doing what he can, but everyone else is just shit. But Entertainment Studios Motion Pictures released this movie, and that's the most generic name for a company I've ever heard.
They're not good. They don't put out good movies.
Yeah, this is the first one I've seen from them.
Oh, 47 meters down was awful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah, I heard Hostels was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually. I really enjoyed Hostels. Actually.
But anyways, number 8 is A Dog's Way Home.
I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of the characters was just so boring, and it just moves on like nothing happens.
It was better than the art of racing in the rain, in my opinion.
I didn't see that.
Racing in the Rain.
Like I actually liked Purpose. I didn't see Journey.
Oh no, I did not see Journey. It's not the same. It's
Yeah.
not part of the same series, so
I know, but it's like the same author.
They all get convoluted, don't they? All these damn dog journey movies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the same.
Number 7 is Secret Obsession. which is a Netflix movie that feels like a Lifetime movie. And Brenda Song is in it, in the lead, and she's in this like abusive relationship, and there's a scene where like her foot is injured or something, and like whenever she moves, it sounds like sexual noises.
I think pretty much it did a review of this. Like they watched
I'll
it
have
or
to check
something.
that
yeah.
out.
Anyway,
I saw their one of After with Curtis Connor. And the Allstate guy is in this as well.
Dennis Haysbert.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, 6 is another Netflix movie, Rim of the World.
Oh, McGee.
Yeah. It feels like a really bad YouTube video. Like a lot of the actors are like YouTubers.
Yeah, not good. I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I thought The Babysitter was a guilty pleasure, but this was awful.
How bad is it?
What's that?
Rim of the World. I never heard of it. How bad is it?
It's really fucking bad. Like the CGI is like some of the worst ever, and the acting. I was just saying that.
Can't wait for The Babysitter 2, though.
Oh God! Oh yeah, I saw it like 2 years ago. Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting a sequel. God damn it!
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Well, that's another worst movie I'm gonna have to watch in 2020. Kill me.
Have you guys heard of the movie Guns Akimbo though?
No, never heard of it.
It's Samara Weaving's in it, and Daniel Radcliffe plays a guy who has like guns attached to his hands. It was at
What?
the last TIFF.
That sounds actually bad and awesome, but also
That is shit.
yeah.
Yeah. But number 5 is Ugly Dolls.
I remember television. It's awful.
Masterpiece.
Not good. Not
Charlie XCX
It's gonna be
is in
bad.
this movie, and
number 1.
I heard her album, and after this, and it's really good. So why the fuck is she in this shit?
Who?
Charlie XCX,
Oh, yeah.
Money.
probably.
Money.
And Robert Rodriguez did the story for this.
He also directed Alita Battle Angel, which
Yeah.
is garbage.
Oh wow.
His other family movies, which I haven't seen Spy Kids 4, but those are guilty pleasures. But this
Oh, Spy
one,
Kids 3 is great
yeah,
because it's so bad.
it's true. But yeah, I'm glad they're not doing an Ugly Dolls sequel. But-
Yeah, yeah. You have some really good stars in it. Like Kelly Clarkson and Blake
Most
Shelton.
of the people in this movie are just like musicians.
They wasted all of them. They wasted them. You're right.
Yeah. Alright. But number 4, this movie has no reason to exist whatsoever. It's an insult to everything. The Haunting of Sharon Tate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That was a movie, really? On Netflix or released?
No, it's released by Saban Films.
They're
Oh,
hit and
damn.
miss. They're hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they make mostly bad films.
Yeah, they do, but they make an occasional good one.
Yeah.
Yep. Hilary Duff produced it as well.
Ugh.
She plays Sharon Tate, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Ugh.
And
Go figure.
like this is just like an insult to everything I said already, but there's no reason to exist. But I don't know. I'm too angry to speak thinking about it.
I bet.
Yeah. 3, we have Loquisha.
What the hell?
Oh.
I
Oh yes,
I
yes.
can't
Okay.
believe I actually sat through that bullshit.
Oh my God, you saw that? That is like the holy grail of shit. I want to see this and I want to buy it.
Yeah, it's on Prime.
When you talk bad,
It is.
trust me, Mark is all in for bad.
I'm gonna watch
Yeah.
this.
I brought up Lucy in the Sky. Mark was going to be like, yeah, that's all me.
I'll buy it on 4K.
There's one scene in the movie where the guy's talking and he says he got a smartphone, and that line is like clearly dubbed in when he says smartphone.
You got to explain the story though, because this thing is that's fucking incredible that the movie even got made.
It's about a white guy who pretends to be a black woman to get a job on a radio show.
Wow, that sounds awful.
Yeah, in 2019, and it literally
Oh, it's
the
beautiful.
guy is playing the stereotypical loudmouth, sassy black woman that is like the character type of oh my god, like my name is LaQueen. Like it's so awful, dude.
Yeah,
Don't go
Yeah,
back
that's
there.
really bad.
And he's a white guy doing this.
yeah.
What
Uh,
did he-
Some of the scenes
It's
make
like-
no sense. Like he goes through like an identity crisis, which is solved like that.
What
Wait,
was that
something like that?
movie, Mark, that had the white guy playing a black guy?
That sounds really
Oh,
awful. It sounds
Soul
really-
Man with C. Thomas Howell. Soul Man with C.
Yeah,
Thomas.
remember that?
And that was pure blackface too.
yeah.
That's really good.
Hey, Justin Trudeau's favorite movie.
Well, he's a brownface. It's less racist, I guess.
I guess you can be a black man and be a white woman, but you can't be a white man and be a black woman. I guess.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I'm not offended by whiteface because who gives a shit? But like, you know what I mean? But like blackface and someone who's white acting like a black woman, but again, a stereotypical black
Yeah.
woman. And
I
everything is
know
like,
white did the same thing. That did the same premise.
yeah.
All right. What's your number 2, Henry?
My number 2 is Serenity.
Oh,
I gotta watch this one too because you guys fucking hate it. I gotta.
It's not good. It was awful.
it's not so good though. Henry, be honest. Doesn't it start out so good and then it just goes
Yeah,
off?
Oh,
I
It
was
is-
kind of enjoying it at the first. Like,
I love movies.
I remember when it came out, there were like comparisons to The Room, and I finally watched it like a few months ago. I was like, "All right, what is this?" And then as it went on, it was like, what's gonna happen?" And then just that plot twist happens. It's like, "Oh fuck this
Yeah,
shit!"
the entire time, and then the entire game.
And Locke is one of my favorite movies of the
Yeah.
decade.
Yeah.
Great.
And how the hell did he go from that to this?
Good question.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What's number 1, Henry?
All right. Number 1, I don't even know if you can call this a movie. This is just anti-choice propaganda, unplanned.
Unplanned.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
I saw Unplanned actually.
Oh my
A
god.
bad
Oh,
budget.
yeah. You live in Florida. Of course, you saw Unplanned.
It was so cringe. Like I was just covering myself through most of it. Like,
Christian movies are kind of hit and miss.
yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah, they can be.
Very hit and miss. Mostly miss.
I was surprised you had Breakthrough on your list, though. I actually like Breakthrough.
I like
Wait,
it too.
oh yeah, I heard Breakthrough. Wasn't that keep falling eyes and then the prayer at the for a miracle and then he coming back? Not
Yeah.
coming out. He
That's
gets
a list, Henry. You actually had some bad movies. You had some really bad movies on your list.
Yeah. and-
Wow.
All right,
Oh,
Mark, this is going to be good. Because, Mark's going to be, before he gets into his list, guys, Mark is going to have movies that we're all going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are. There's
Oh,
actually
Bravo. And he hates it.
Contrarian.
there's at
That's
least
the best.
there's at least 2 of them on this list that you guys are gonna hate me for, but I got to be honest, right? So again, I didn't see a ton of like terrible, quote unquote, terrible movies. I would say the worst movie that I saw was a piece of shit on Netflix starring Mads Mikkelsen called Polar. This was the stupidest, most pointless, most idiotic. It's literally about someone who's trying to track this assassin who kills tons and tons of people
Oh yeah, I did see
of
that.
some fucking retirement thing, and then in the end they're just like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. So I'm like, so you literally are murdering all these fucking people, and in the end it's like, yeah, well, we'll just have him his retirement because we can't kill him anyway. It is the stupidest fucking movie. And I know people who worked on this thing because it was filmed in Toronto, and they were all trying really, really hard to be like this whole thing about the new generation and the old generation, and it's a piece of utter shit. Okay.
You know, the thing is, Mark, he had 2 movies out around the same time. Polar and Arctic, with the 2 like so many.
Yeah.
One is an absolute ridiculously bad movie. The other is really, really, really good.
Arctic, yeah. I like Mads Mikkelsen, but that's a piece of shit. Okay. So I'm going to go in order of how I saw them because I didn't really make a list for the worst. So these are movies that I just either didn't like or they were good movies. So I would rate them fairly like a 6 or 7 out of 10 or an 8. But I just, for whatever reason, I don't think that they deserve the praise that they should have. So I'll just go with some kind of ones that are a little bit okay first. So Velvet Buzzsaw, that was fine. I thought that was okay. The ending kind of sucked, but it's not a bad movie. It's just kind of like, all right.
The buzz Sundance, right, Mark? You're like, oh, this is going to be good. And then
it had this cool, really, if anybody remembers the show Night Gallery with Rod Serling, I thought it was going to be a lot like that, paintings, but it wasn't. Okay, Captain Marvel, I thought was kind of a snore fest, except for Ben Mendelsohn. I thought he was fantastic. Brie Larson, I forget it.
Feminist propaganda.
Yeah, it's not.
I agree with you on Captain Marvel. I did not like Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it's not great. And probably one of my least favorite MCU movies because I actually don't mind. I went back and I hadn't seen for Endgame. I actually hadn't seen the Hulk movie and the first 2 Thor movies. And I didn't mind. I might be the only person, but I didn't really mind Thor: The Dark World. So I actually
It wasn't terrible.
I didn't mind it, so I preferred that over this. Anyway, I thought there were some fun moments in this Netflix movie called The Dirt. You guys remember the Motley Crue movie?
I've heard of it. A lot of people are saying bad things about it.
I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. What I am saying is I do like, because I remember years ago watching an MTV special on Motley Crue and how they got together. So just because I saw that special, which was like a 3-hour special, going from that to this movie, it got me kind of back into that whole, it's the 80s, it's a lot of drugs, it's like that rock and roll lifestyle. That part I liked about it, but there was a lot of bad writing and bad performances, specifically Machine Gun Kelly, who someone should have slapped him in the face, because I don't know what the hell that guy was doing. He was awful.
Actually, great cast, Mark. It's got a really
think so. I mean, the actors themselves are not bad. It's just the material and some of the schmaltzy kind of stuff going on there. But again, not terrible, just fine. The Perfection with Allison Williams, the cellist one. It's kind of a horror movie. It's on Netflix. It was fine. Then there was Prospect, I Am Mother. Those were the 2 sort of Netflix sci-fi movies that were fine. After that, X-Men.
Those made some weird choices.
X-Men Dark Phoenix is, lackluster. The ones that I'm going to get into that I didn't like, that some of you may or may not like, this is the controversy stuff. So I'll go with the lightest one now, which was Ma. That was not a good movie. I did not like Ma with Olivia Spencer. I really like the lead girl, whose name is Dana Shivers. She's great.
Diana Silvers.
Movies. Shivers or Silvers or something, but
Silvers.
She's I think a really good young actress, but she's been making some terrible choices. But
I loved her in Booksmart.
It's like bad. I
loved Octavia Spencer. She was eating up the scenery, Mark.
Nah.
Eating up the scenery.
It was predictable. They did something to her in the past. Who fucking cares? Okay. So the next one, just a mention here, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I was bored.
No,
I don't know. I was bored. Anyway, so here are the ones that I didn't like. Okay, so first of all, it got me into the end, and I know this is controversial. It's one of the most controversial endings of any movie this year, and that's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I love that movie. Literally until like the last maybe 20-30 minutes, and I want to see it again. But
I'm not a big fan of it.
It was just like okay, shut up, like Tarantino, like just stop, like just stop.
It was great. It was great.
Not saying it's not a great movie. I'm just saying the ending to me, the
ending was great.
I didn't like it.
the driving around. Brad Pitt just driving his car all over the place.
I know it's like, and it's cool to see LA in 1969, but it's like, okay, what's your story? What is this movie about? I get it. You're an actor. You're a working actor who's been around since the 50s, and you're on The Rifleman. And there's some really cool things about that. The fact that that studio system is ending, the contracts are ending, and people like Sharon Tate are going to be the next new Hollywood. So I get it, but it's like, you've got to show me more. I've got to have more to this thing that anyway, that was just my opinion of it. Not a bad movie, just a little bit disappointing. However, okay, so I'm going to give you two movies that I were disappointed with. The first one was It Chapter 2. It Chapter 2 was just
awesome.
Not good.
I was really bored. I thought the CG sucked. I thought the de-aging on the kid's face sucked. There was a huge budget for that movie, and they obviously put it again to the actors. The CG, like literally, that old woman coming out as that monster thing was awful. And so were, again, the faces of these kids that have
First one
only
was
been
better.
for 2 years, but their faces have changed so much. It's like, and the light on those kids' faces when they're in the sun is awful. It's so oversaturated. So that one just was disappointing because I really liked the first one, actually.
They should never put the kids in this one, right, Mark? They should have just did the adults.
And the whole finding your token, that was a big nonsense bullshit. However,
that's why Stephen King always does that.
exactly. But however, Bill Hader, fucking fantastic in that movie.
Very good.
Right.
Unbelievable. I actually think he should maybe get nominated at least for maybe a Golden Globe or something, in my opinion. Okay. We mentioned it before, The Irishman. It took me 3 days to finish. It's a good movie. It's not a great movie. It's got its moments. It's got bad moments. It's got boring moments. It's a whole smorgasbord of just scenes and stuff that are going on. And I love the performers. I love the acting. But after 3.5 fucking hours, I was like, I'm never going to watch this movie again. And it was fine.
3 hours. It did not need to be that long.
It was like, I get it, man. And the de-aging stuff, okay, it was fine. I agree with Max, some of the stuff on Robert De Niro, whatever. I actually wanted more of Robert De Niro's character in the war because that really, really, really changes him. And you basically don't see much of him in World War II other than some mention. The book, I think, goes into it more. So whatever.
I heard you. I didn't get to read that title.
Anyway, here's the two of them that I'm sure will be on your lists for the top 10 that you guys can explain this shit to me all you want. I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't understand. These are overrated movies. I'll give you the one, the weakest one first, and then the one you're all probably going to have in your top 10. Booksmart. What the hell was that movie? That movie was super bad, redone. It was beat per beat super bad. Now I get it if you're a young woman and you kind of have the way that women are speaking and all that kind of stuff. It was not that great. And it literally is beat for beat super bad. And it stars Jonah Hill's sister, Jonah Hill being the lead of Superbad. I was watching this thing and I'm like, so what, is this literally it's the whole thing again? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
How fucking dare you disrespect Billy Lord's Gigi, the greatest motherfucking character?
I mean, not really. You know what this movie actually reminded me of? Two movies. So Superbad, and there was a really movie that I fucking hate called Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist. And this is exactly a piece of shit like Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, where nothing goes on. It's filled with characters that talk way too intelligent for their age. You can barely understand. It's like a Diablo Cody movie. It's just garbage. Okay.
Diablo Cody's a terrible writer.
Yeah, she is. I know. Juno's awful. Anyway, number one, the movie. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Parasite. The third act of that movie is so fucking terrible.
I agree. The third act is terrible. Awful.
Even the first two, I think, is just fine. But that third act, it's like really like the guy. It does. Have you ever guys seen this stupid movie called Secret in Their Eyes? Do you remember that?
Oh yeah. Oh boy.
I heard of it. I think I saw. I don't remember.
No one's gonna watch that piece of shit. At the end, Julia Roberts has been keeping some guy who killed her daughter in his guest house.
Yeah, I did see that.
for like
Yeah.
15 years, and it doesn't make any sense, and it's retarded. This is the same thing. The guy secretly in the basement for the. I'm like, who cares? And then he's going to stab people, and then they're going to go to like some relief organization, and then they're going to go back. It's like, dude, like you had a first 2 acts were great, and then this final act was not really bad. And people are like, oh no, you can't make an argument that, at least in my opinion, the first 2 acts are any better than than the third one. It's just I don't get the hype, and I don't like the host. I didn't like Snowpiercer. Okja is a horrible movie.
Awesome.
Okja was fantastic.
Whatever.
How dare you.
I love Pest. That was great too.
Anyway, whatever. What else? What other piece of shit? I don't think there's other. Oh, and I didn't like Toy Story 4. I wasn't.
What? That was good.
Yeah, it was about a fucking
Wow.
sport who comes to life. Big deal. Get on with it. Like,
I don't like
I
it.
didn't give a shit. Schmaltzy, yeah. We had toys when we were a kid. We gave them up. Whatever. Who fucking cares? Like, get over your toys. You're an adult. Like, get over it. Schmaltz.
I agree.
Stop the sentiment. Get over it. You're not a fucking child anymore. You're an adult. Like, just get over it. I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I have a better best list. I'm going to be more excited to share my best ones. But anyway, that's all I saw. So again, the real horrible piece of shit that I saw was Polar. I want to watch all of these terrible movies that you've seen, and I want to watch LaQuisha. I want to watch Serenity. I want to watch Lucy in the Sky. Whatever. I just give me all this shit, but it's going to have to come within the next couple months. So there you go.
Okay, well, that wraps up our discussion of the worst film of the year. Now, I expect every one of you guys to have Gotti 2 and The Fanatic on their top 10 best lists, or they will get kicked out of the stream. Okay, is Tevye ready?
God,
Oh, I can't wait for Tevye for this.
All right, Tevye ain't ready, so I guess we're just going to go with Dan.
All right, I got mine
Well,
right here.
We'll go with Tevye once he comes back after you're done, Dan.
I got mine ready to go right here. I got, like I said, I have honorable mentions. It was 2019, so I got 9 honorable mentions. Now I'll go through those very, very quickly. Pain and Glory, Knives Out, Brotherless Brooklyn, The Farewell, Avengers Endgame, Dark Waters, Uncut Gems, Waves, and Jojo Rabbit. Those are my honorable mentions.
nice.
All phenomenal films. It's hard. It was such a great year of film. It's hard to make a list of 10 when you got so many great films. I had like a list of 50 that I absolutely loved this year, and you can only do 10. So, but it was 2019, so I figured 9 honorable mentions would work. Number 10 is a movie called Blinded by the Light. It's about this boy named Javid. He lives in England, and he's got a overbearing father who just wants to work and make money for the family. And he runs into a Sikh boy in school, and he introduces him to the music of Bruce Springsteen. This changes his life for the better. He listens to the lyrics of Bruce Springsteen's music, and he gets a girlfriend, and he becomes a writer, and his writing teacher enters him into a contest, and she's played by Haley Atwell. I'll tell you what, this film got the 80s so perfectly. I mean, if you weren't a fan of that decade before this or the music of Bruce Springsteen afterwards, you will absolutely be when you finish watching this movie. Anybody can relate to the overbearing father or whatever. I mean, it's something that is so prevalent in society all over the world. I cannot say enough about Gorinda Chudda, the director. She did Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
I absolutely love this movie. The music, it made me just love Bruce Springsteen's music more after watching it. It's got some great sequences, which I will not give away if you haven't seen the film. I just love Blinded by the Light. I just cannot say enough about it. For all you political people out there, I got one for you here. Called Bombshell. Bombshell is basically
Fox News.
Fox News. Nice.
Pro News.
Sexual harassment scandal
Yeah.
at Fox News.
So the Me Too movement, basically.
Would you say, Tavia?
It's been like the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's about Megyn Kelly portrayed by Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Gretchen,
She was great.
Nicole Kidman. Margot Robbie plays the character. It's an amalgamation of 3 different women, but she's really good in the film. All 3 of the leads give phenomenal performances, Oscar-worthy performances. But Charlize Theron as Megyn Kelly, you will not see Charlize Theron. You have seen a picture of Megyn Kelly. She does not look like Charlize Theron. She looks like Megyn. She does the exact opposite of Monster, where she plays Eileen Wuornos and she uglifies herself. Well, she's gorgeous. She's hot, but she doesn't look like her, and she's so good. It's like the exact opposite. She's definitely going to get nominated for an Academy Award. She is so good in this film. And, John Lithgow is Roger Ailes. Oh, God. Oh, nasty, nasty, nasty guy. Number 8 is Ford v. Ferrari.
I love that movie. The movie's great.
It's just it's a little slice of life story. It's like these stories in life. You're like, oh, I didn't know anything about that. And then they make a movie of it. And that's this story about how Henry Ford enlisted Carroll Shelby to try to create an American car that could compete with Ferrari at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And he gets a driver to help him, portrayed by Christian Bale, called Ken Miles. And this movie has a lot of heart, has a lot of great scenes. I'll tell you what, Tracy Letts, do not sleep on Tracy Letts. He's in 2 of the best movies of the year this year in supporting roles. I'd love to see him sneak in.
Yeah, very sad ending. The ending broke me because one.
No, it's a true story, Tavia. You got the true story.
That's true. Yeah, but it was sad.
A true story.
Dan, you know my beef with Christian Bale over there. Is he Christian Bale in every other movie where he's just really trying so hard to be a character that he's Christian Bale playing a character, or does he actually disappear like he did, even though I didn't like Vice, he did with Dick Cheney?
He actually really
Very
good.
much like Dick Cheney. Okay. He is this guy. He is not Christian Bale. He is this guy. And you're right. Very good point bringing up Dick Cheney. He is this guy. He's fantastic in it. He's definitely
Again, he's not a terrible actor. I find him sometimes trying too hard, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
He's really good.
So fantastic.
Him and Matt Damon opposite each other are really great together. They're so, and like I said, don't sleep on Tracy Letts. The guy is fantastic as Henry Ford in here. Also, John Bernthal and Josh Lucas.
Oh, John Bernthal. Yeah, okay. Well, he's Lee Iacocca, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Yep. My father knew him. He worked for Dodge Chrysler. Anyway, go ahead.
All right, my number 7 is a movie I saw a long time ago, back in June, and it has stuck with me a long time, and it's because of the performance of its lead actor, and that is Rocket Man. Aaron Edgerton embodies Elton John, and the thing is, Dexter Fletcher doesn't do this as a straightforward musical biopic like Bohemian Rhapsody, which wasn't worthy.
Well, it failed miserably. This is a true biopic.
This is a musical biopic.
Yep.
And that is something you need to remember. The musical sequences are done in such incredible way, and he sings all his own songs.
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
And there's great supporting work here from Bryce Dallas Howard, Richard Madden, Jamie Bell. They're all fantastic in this movie. Dexter Fletcher deserves a lot of credit for turning out such an incredible movie. I cannot say enough about Rocket Man.
I love Rocket Man. Rocket Man is one of my favorite movies I came out this year, and that's in my top 25 movies, period. I have one of my top 10 best lists, but
I love musicals and I love biopics. This combines them both.
Screw Bohemian Rhapsody. This should deserve an Oscar.
Yeah, I didn't like Bohemian Rhapsody either.
Rhapsody.
We're not going to get into talking about that.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was okay. Another great film. I'll tell you what, I didn't know what to expect because last year there was a version of this and it wasn't that good. But this year's version by Greta Gerwig of Little Women is incredible. The performances by Saoirse Ronan and Florence Pugh and Laura Dern and Bob Odenkirk, Emma Watson. Oh my God! If you watch this film and you cannot relate to the family dynamic, the arguing, the bickering, the love, the back and forth, trying to outdo your siblings and stuff and try to get success in your own life, then you haven't had a family. A lot of people they're just one child families. I had brothers and sisters, so I kind of related to the story a lot. But I'll tell you what, the time that this movie took place, oh, spot on. The sets and the houses and the all that stuff is fantastic. Definitely makeup and hair design Oscars, and you're going to get probably supporting actress for Florence Pugh or Laura Dern, and definitely best actress for Saoirse Ronan. When is she going to get an Oscar? This girl keeps cranking out great performance after great performance after great performance. She plays Jo in the film. I'll tell you what, I absolutely loved it. I cannot say enough about it. It's so relatable. That's what I loved about it. Little Women. Okay. All right, Mark, here you go. Number 5 is Parasite.
I'm shaking my head in disappointment.
That's
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
the thing about Parasite that I loved is this. If you know people that have money and then are rich and they flaunt their money and they're going around with their cars and their homes and they're buying this and shopping and all, the haves and then the have-nots. And I've always been in the have-nots in life. And so when you deal with the haves, you wish you could be in their life. And that's what happens. This family of this downtrodden family, they one by one get themselves into the lives of these other
family.
I tell you what, I could really relate to just crawling and creeping into this family's life because you want what they have. You're so jealous of what they have. And these guys were so nasty, they were able to do it in a way where it made a lot of sense. And then there was this crazy twist at the end that is just like out of the blue. Was kind of crazy, but it's the main story that I really liked a lot in this, and it was the haves and the have-nots, the poor people getting themselves involved in the rich people's lives.
That twist.
That stuff was the most fascinating stuff, and I do like Bong Joon-ho movies. So
Same here.
The only thing I'll say is, again, within those first 2 acts, you get that stuff, which is very interesting, and I do like the naivete of the rich wife, when like everything can be solved with throwing money. Everything can be solved with money. There's we just need a better tutor, we just need a better driver, that kind of stuff is totally realistic. But again, for me, it's beginning, middle, and end, and that end, to me, it derailed the entire film. And I love movies. I do love movies. Like last year, we talked about Sorry to Bother You, which is a twist that not a lot of people liked, where you have these giant horse workers that are being hired. But I love that. For example, I love that movie. I love that twist. But again, I completely understand. It just, for me, once that twist happened, I just lost interest.
Yeah, that's fine, Mark.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's your opinion.
Exactly. It's all subjective, right? So
we all know that. Our favorite word from John Campea. Okay, so number.
I don't like him, by the way. Just
I know, but everybody uses that word now because of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me the truth. Were you using subjective before John Campea? Nobody.
Well, I was. I mean, I was in film school, so I was, but it wasn't in the mainstream. But I get you.
Okay. Number 4 is the latest film. And interesting enough, the director of this movie has a relationship with the director of Little Women, and his name is Noah Baumbach.
Oh, yes.
It's called Marriage Story. Now, I
did hear about that.
I've never been in a family that went through a divorce, but I'll tell you what, from watching this movie, I felt like I went through a divorce. The arguments, the bickering, the back and forth. There's really one main scene where they really go at it. And what always gets in the way of divorces is the children, and the child gets in the way of this movie. And I'll tell you what, the lawyers, especially Laura Dern,
Alan Alda
is like weird as the lawyer. He's like this nice guy, but Laura Dern as the lawyer was really cutthroat and just crazy, and she was going for the jugular, and she was great as this divorce lawyer. And Ray Liotta I liked a lot as well. So if you have ever been through a divorce or whatever, Noah Baumbach, I guess from what I have been reading, had been through divorce with Jennifer Jason Leigh, and
Yes,
this really has a lot to do with his own personal life. He does that with his films. One of the few directors you'll see where he puts his own personal life into his movies, and it's reminiscent of his life and a lot of people's lives that have happened in this world. And I think if this movie doesn't get the performances from Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver, it absolutely falls on its face. But you got to give credit to Noah Baumbach for the script and the direction. I think it's easily one of the better films I've seen all year. I absolutely love this, and it's not good. It's like the Kramer versus Kramer of today, and it really works as that as well.
Well, a lot of divorce law has obviously changed since 1979 when Kramer versus Kramer was out. So I can imagine maybe playing those two back to back would be very interesting.
Oh yeah. It would be a great double feature. Number 3 is a movie that for the longest time was my number 1 movie of the year, and
Midsommar.
Midsommar. No, I love Midsommar, by the way. But,
Yeah, same.
It's a movie about a man who portrays a character who's downtrodden, who he gets picked on, he gets beaten up, he gets disrespected, he gets just absolutely
Joker.
Rambo?
He's absolutely like has a tough life. His whole life is just nothing but despair. And the main character in this movie is called Arthur Fleck, and he's portrayed
I know where he's going.
Joaquin Phoenix. And I think if you've ever felt the way Arthur Fleck feels and the way he felt in this movie, you may do the things he did. I'm not condoning them.
Of course.
Also, the mental health industry in this country and how it can affect people's minds, the medication and therapists and all these type of people. And people, maybe they can't afford the medication. Maybe they can't afford the therapist. And then they go down these dark roads of doing things they would regret. I'll tell you what, Todd Phillips, he mined some two of the great movies of all time, in my opinion, Taxi Driver and The King of Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he melded them with this character. And I thought he created an absolute masterpiece. I'd be shocked if Joaquin Phoenix does not win the Academy Award for Best Actor. I think
Adam Sandler.
I know he's great. No, you're right.
Yeah.
I think
Actually, I did make a 2-10 this year.
I cannot disagree with you, Max. I cannot disagree with you. He is great. I loved Uncut Gems.
Same.
Fantastic. My number 2 is a director who's had some great success, and then sometimes he hasn't had success. But I'll tell you right now, this is one of his best films he ever did, and his name is Sam Mendes. And
oh yeah.
Oh man.
I want to see this movie so bad.
The movie is 1917. It's basically.
I still want to see that. I want to see
Sorry,
it.
guys. Sorry, guys. It's basically one long cut, but it's about these two soldiers that are tasked with this mission to give a message to the other guy, and it takes place during World War I. It's some of the best cinematography you will ever see. Man. And the cutting and the whole one scene thing, it works perfectly. You will be blown away by that. But the cinematography added on top of that makes this an absolute gorgeous film, and it's easily one of the best films of the year by one of the best filmmakers going right now. And I cannot say enough about 1970. The two main actors are fantastic because this cameo is by some big name people in this. But the two main guys, and Charles Dean Chapman is also in Blinded by the Light. So he's in 2 of my top 10 movies of the year in supporting roles. Which I won't give away what happens with him and his character in this movie. I don't want to give it away. And number 1, okay, you guys have known me. Everybody that knows me. They know the type of movies I like, and they know who my favorite director. My favorite director is Martin Scorsese. My favorite actor is Robert De Niro. My second favorite actor is Al Pacino. So when I heard that Martin Scorsese was going to do a movie with Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Joe Pesci, Harvey Keitel, and it was about this book right here. I heard Paint Houses about that movie behind me, The Irishman. I was going to be excited, and I'll tell you right now, it did not disappoint me. And all the people that talk about how it's so long, it felt like it was an hour and a half. This movie went by so fast for me, and the whole subtlety which he talks about, this lifestyle of gangsters and the unions and so forth, and the subtlety which he used Joe Pesci and he used Al Pacino in a way we've seen before, and the de-aging isn't the greatest at the beginning, but once you get into it, you don't even realize that you're seeing de-aging, especially at the end when the characters are really old. Your mind doesn't even process it. It's only at the beginning that it kind of, you're like looking for it, and then all of a sudden it just blends into the movie like it's another movie. And I tell you what, I think that was fantastic, because I wouldn't have liked them to get different actors to play the character. I'm glad we kept these great, phenomenal actors. And I'm telling you right, those three, Pacino, De Niro, and Pesci, all deserve Academy Award nominations for acting. Scorsese and Thelma Shoemaker, the editor, she last won an Oscar, I believe, don't quote me on this, for Raging Bull, and I think she's deserving of winning an Oscar again, unless she's going to lose to the editor of 1917, because the work they do in that is fantastic. But I think Thelma Schoonmaker definitely deserves to be nominated for an Oscar, and I don't think she's won for 40 years, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think it won 40 years if you're doing the math, because
I think it's 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it first started in the present day, but then it goes out to the 1980s, I think.
The editor, Tavia. I'm talking about the editor.
Oh, the editor.
The movie takes place over 70 years. The movie actually takes place.
That's why it's 3.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
70 years,
I could have watched a 5.5 hour version of this.
I could not. That would.
All right. Well,
That's just me.
I have seen Showa, which is 10 hours long, but
So those are my 10.
All right, I'm gonna go because my parents are sleeping and I don't want to wake them up very late at night. Then Tevye's gonna go. Is that okay with you, Tevye?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. All right. 5 honorable mentions. Number 15, Richard Jewell.
Oh,
one of Clint Eastwood's best movies of the decade. He's 89 years old. Arnold Schwarzenegger just posted a picture of him and Eastwood skiing. It's absolutely impressive. I love it. And Eastwood makes movies like he's 25. It's a really, really terrific film. Kathy Bates is incredible. Paul Walter Hauser is also a revelation. Just Eastwood doesn't paint Jewell as a hero. He just paints it the way he is. It's a fantastic film. Number 14, The Irishman.
Nice.
Aside from some bad CGI, the film is excellent.
Yeah.
I just loved seeing Joe Pesci on the big screen. It was like this blissful moment of, this is never going to happen again. I'm going to have to see this in theaters. I love the movie. It was fantastic. Al Pacino, incredible. One thing about the editing, sometimes it feels really choppy, but the scene in which Frank Sheeran travels to Detroit, that scene, that's like 20 some odd minutes long, is wonderfully edited. Really, really, really good. And it's the scene that really sticks with you after the movie's over. Okay. Number 13, Us, Jordan Peele's Us.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Fantastic movie. A better film than Get Out, in my opinion. Lupita Nyong'o is fantastic.
Well, Us was good too.
The best action film of the year, John Wick 3. John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. When he killed someone with a book, I freaked out.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Max?
Yeah.
Because I've been really bickering with the people at Gold Derby and some of these film pundits that do these awards shows, and I just don't understand what goes into the awards, how movies get nominated, who's pushing, and I come to find out Lionsgate is a bunch of assholes. But what do you think of the cinematography on John Wick 3? I think it's absolutely breathtaking.
Oh, It's amazing.
Yeah.
The color palette is as refined as
Thank you.
artsy movies like Lola from Fassbinder and what's his name, Hitchcock. It's as refined as like Vertigo. Yes, Vertigo.
Is it one
of
Color
the-
is as refined.
Isn't it, in your opinion, one of the best cinematography looking movies of the year? Really?
Yes.
Why don't what is
A
like,
much better looking
why is
movie than The Irishman. Sorry, not sorry. Yes, The Irishman kind of looks a little cheap. When the scene where they put the American flag back in its original position, it's like a very obvious green screen. It's really bad looking in The Irishman. But in John Wick 3, the film looks great, sounds great, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah,
Okay,
it's
last
really
honorable
good.
mention: Mare's Story. Noah Baumbach's I would say his best film. It's an emotional journey. It's a really weird type of divorce because you can tell that Scarlett Johansson and Adam Driver's characters, they have feelings for each other, which is like, why would they want to divorce in the first place? And then that scene that everyone's talking about, in which they confront themselves. Now you get what?
they fall out of love.
Yeah, now you understand why they want to get a divorce. The comedy is awkward at times, but very funny. I love Ray Liotta, Laura Dern, but particularly Alan Alda. I think he's a great actor. He's a legend, and I loved seeing him in the movie as this really sweet, lovable judge who really can't do anything. Okay, number 10, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love this movie. I love it. I love the fact that this movie has no plot. And it's just Quentin Tarantino jizzing on Hollywood movies.
And on feet in particular, feet.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that was something that I didn't like in the movie. Was
Tarantino is
dirty
at
feet.
most self-indulgent. man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one in particular.
A lot of dirty feet. Not like it's just
Look at all
dirty feet
the
on the
films.
windows.
Yeah.
Dirty feet on the.
It's all his films back. He zooms in on feet on all of his films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He has a foot fetish.
He is
But
Yeah.
the last 20 minutes that Mark was like, I fucking loved.
Really.
The song they use, "You Keep Me Hanging On," the editing by Fred Raskin is insane. It's this weird ass schlock movie that it comes out of nowhere, but it's brilliant. It's Tarantino, of course. Of course, he would have to appease his fan. He did literally a movie like 2 hours for himself, and the last 40 minutes were for his fans.
Yep.
And it's really, really, it's a really great movie. I love it. Okay, Mark, are you ready? Number 9,
Parasite.
Glass.
Grass.
Get outta
Of
here.
course.
come on.
Come on. I loved Unbreakable.
Same. I love Unbreakable too.
Yeah, Unbreakable.
Hated,
Great.
hated Split. It
Yeah, I
was
love
awful.
Split.
I love Split.
Glass is the perfect culmination to the Unbreakable trilogy
No.
that showcases how hypocritical superheroes are. As much as they have strengths, like really big strengths, like super strength, being almost invincible, having this 24 different personalities, they can easily be killed with this one dumb weakness. And the climax perfectly showcases that. I don't understand why you thought it was dumb that Bruce Willis's character dies or Sam Jackson's character dies. They're both incredibly strong in their own rights, but also just they have like the dumbest weaknesses. The guy's bones break. That scene in which he's in a ride at an amusement park.
Yep.
And when he's very young and his bones break is heartbreaking to watch.
It was heartbreaking.
It's really heartbreaking to watch. Sam Jackson is terrific. Yeah. For once in this motherfucking decade, Bruce Willis actually cares.
Yep.
About the movie that he's in.
I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it as much as I liked Split.
Same.
I don't think it's a
Oh.
good movie personally, but I don't hate it.
I mean, horrible disappointed. I had it. It's just the ending.
I had like the lowest expectations because everybody that saw it told me it was shit.
Yeah.
And then
true too.
When I watched it, I was like, "What the fuck are you guys on? This is amazing."
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Expectations, Max. You know, we're going through it with Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
When you get your expectations so high, and
Yeah.
trust me,
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
everybody was like, "Oh my God, only a couple weeks left. We got Glass in a couple weeks after 2018." You're like, "Oh," and then most of us felt that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, White Sky went back
Um,
to another high, but somehow it made it.
All right, number 8 is Rocket Man.
Fucking
Uh,
man.
Man.
Just a better movie than the Bohemian Rhapsody in every way.
Oh, yeah.
Actually
Yep.
exploring Elton John's sexuality instead of gloating over it like Bohemian Rhapsody did, and
Yeah.
exploring really his inner demons, like his drug addiction, in really interesting visual ways. Not just him taking drugs and going on a bad trip, like attempting suicide in the pool and seeing his little version of himself. It's terrific. It's a beautiful tribute to Elton John. Taron Egerton is absolutely phenomenal as Elton John. He can even sing. Rami Malek didn't even sing as Freddie Mercury. He was
Malek
just
is a hack.
lip sync and an imitation. Now it's an actual actor that can sing and that can actually perform Elton John mannerisms. Yes, Dan.
Max. That's the tragedy of this whole thing too, Max, is that Taron Egerton gives a better performance, sings all the songs, and he'll be lucky if he can get nominated.
I'm going to get nominated for an Oscar. Damn it.
He's not going to win because guess what happened? Rami Malek won already, and they don't like giving the same type of act or same type of performance for the same type of role back-to-back years. And that's why I don't think he's going to win. I just think the win for Taron Egerton is if he can get nominated. I think people are starting to come back to Taron Egerton, and I hope that.
Yeah, I'm only for guys.
He is fantastic. He's
I
absolutely.
hope he gets nominated.
Okay, number 7, the best horror movie of the year, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah.
I still never
Great
saw
movie.
it. I want to
Great
see that.
movie.
But no one took me.
I like
This
that
movie is. Oh my god! It has no
enjoyed it.
jump scares. None. Jump scares are overrated. They're terrible.
Yeah, stupid.
Yep.
They gotta go. This movie has just terrific tension. Rebecca Ferguson, dude. Holy mother of God. Is she incredible as Rose the Hat? The film actually contains the best action sequence of the year, in which Ewan McGregor and his buddy Cliff Curtis, they defeat the True Knot inside a forest, a gunfight. It's so beautifully shot. It's so tightly edited. And then they cut to Rose the Hat, who's Rebecca Ferguson. She yells agonizingly. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
I
The
love
whole
that.
movie is like 2.5 hours long.
I disagree.
It flew by.
It's like
It flew by.
we said.
Why is the Dr. Street bomb?
Because, I don't know, no one wanted to see it. People thought, oh, sequel to The Shining. That's dumb. But it was so good.
No, I
The
was.
whole thing was amazing.
I was interested in it. I just
I
felt
like people thought it was like a remake.
Yeah, some people about it.
there's a book called Dr. Sleep. There's
Yeah,
a
it's got
worldwide
both
best-selling
of them.
book. Everybody knew it was based on a book. The movie itself, though, wasn't. The book wasn't meant as a sequel to the Shining. The movie was trying to force feed you this movie as a sequel to The Shining. And that's the difference between the book and the movie. Now, the movie isn't awful. And it's not bad, but it's not one of my best movies of the year. I did like Ewan McGregor in it. I like the little girl.
He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, the little girl was a revelation. True revelation.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. This is one of Mike Flanagan keeps improving himself in every movie he makes, except for Before I Wake, which was trash.
It's good.
Okay, number 6 is a movie that I believe nobody saw here. It's a Quebec film. So this is probably the best Quebec film of the decade, because Quebec movies are only garbage. I mean, Denis Villeneuve makes movies in the U.S. now because he doesn't have a fucking future here. Blade Runner, Dune. Are you kidding me? They're making lowbrow Quebec shit that no one watches except for us, that I don't even watch. But this is called A Brother's Love. It was a Cannes Film Festival movie, premiered at the Cannes Film Festival. It is so motherfucking good. It's a, how can I put it? It is one of the wackiest, wildest comedies I have seen this year. The actors they're intentionally giving bad performances. The editing is intentionally off. The cinematography is sublime. The whole movie plays out as this really awkward comedy in which the brother of a girl falls in love with her with a doctor that gave her an abortion, and
What?
it's really weird. It's almost 2 hours long, but it is the girl, the main character is a nihilist, and they just play on the nihilism. It's nihilism comedy. It's terrific. I can't really
Explain it.
talk about it that much because no one saw it. But
Okay.
if you're gonna go ahead and check it out, it's called The Brothers Love. This is a movie that you got to see. It's terrific, but Americans will probably not like this. Sorry,
Yeah,
not
of
sorry.
course they won't. Yeah.
Okay, number 5.
Max, is it French?
Probably.
Yeah, en français. Yeah, okay.
Yes, French Canadian.
All right.
Number 5 is Avengers Endgame. Probably the best
Yep.
theater experience I had this year.
Yep.
I saw it twice. I cheered. I clapped. I had continual orgasms for 3 hours straight.
Whoa.
When
Tantra.
Oh God, when Cap held Mjolnir, I literally jizzed my water all over the theater. It was just I threw my popcorn bag. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? All the great fan service bits are rewarded. The film is a fantastic culmination to 22 movies of the MCU, even though it's still going to go on. Whatever, Disney likes to make money, but I loved it. Oh God, it was a perfect conclusion to the MCU with a fantastically with a great performance by Robert Downey Jr. that basically wraps up his 10 years as Tony Stark, which was basically his redemption. It was great. Okay, number 4, Rian Johnson's Knives Out.
Yep, love
I
it.
think I never saw that. I want to see
This
it.
movie is a great murder mystery, but it's also a great political film.
Yes.
This movie just does not care if you voted for Donald Trump, and Rian Johnson will literally call you out for it. If you voted for Trump, you're an idiot. Rian Johnson, 2019.
True.
God damn it, man! When Jaden, what's his name? Jaden Lieber or Jaden Martell, whatever his
Name is
small
Martell
name.
now. Yeah, Jaden.
Yeah, when he just drops the words "liberal snowflake," I did a backflip in the theater. I was like, "This is terrific."
Great performance
Really,
by Chris Evans and Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig is terrific, but Don Johnson, in my opinion, is the show's hero. When he talks about illegal immigration, it's it's exactly like many conservatives have that same mindset, and it's terrific. It's it's basically a white privileged family losing their inheritance to the thing that they fear the most, an illegal immigrant.
Exactly.
It's
And if you haven't seen Anna de Armas in Blade Runner 2049,
Yep.
she's
fantastic. I love that movie.
It's amazing. Yeah.
and there's an overabundance of vomit involving her character. It's great. I love that movie. Number 3 is apparently the most dangerous film of the year. That's a big fucking lie, as Kurt Russell said in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's a big fucking lie. Joker.
Yep.
Joker.
Man, Joaquin Phoenix says society. I did a backflip when he said that because we live in society. Whatever. Oh my God, Todd Phillips has made nothing but kind of garbage, aside from The Hangover 1 and Old School.
Hangover 2, 3 are garbage.
And Starsky and Hutch. He's made kind of really bad comedies, and then he goes from these really bad screwball comedies to this.
Yeah.
Holy shit! And Joaquin Phoenix, Oscar-worthy performance.
Yep.
Oscar-nominated performance. You could tie it up with Adam Sandler, and you could tie up Al Pacino with Joe Pesci for the best supporting actor, and I wouldn't mind that because they both deserve it.
Yeah.
And oh my God, just
$1 billion. $1 billion.
the Murray Franklin scene. When he goes on air and he just rants about society.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it. I love that movie. I had a big smile on my face the entire time.
Yep.
It was terrific. It's
De
one of the
Niro
best DC
playing
movies.
the
Man,
Yes, Robert De Niro had 2 great movies that came out this year.
Can I actually just quickly recommend 2 movies that the Joker is very similar to that are great? Number
Taxi
one,
Driver.
Taxi Driver.
not
Like-
just that, but Network. There's
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
And the criminally underseen movie called Christine with Rebecca Hall.
Yes.
Oh yes, I love that.
Such a
Oh my God,
fucking
so good.
fantastic
She
movie.
got robbed of an Oscar nomination.
It was.
a remake of Christine.
Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but yeah.
No, Christine is the movie about what's her name? Christine something, who killed
yeah,
herself.
on
Oh,
Tampa.
TV.
1970s.
Never mind.
Tampa, of all places.
That's right. Yes, in Tampa, local station.
What's her name? Christine Chubbuck. That's it.
Chubbuck or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rebecca Hall.
Those 2. Watch those 2.
A phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
Okay,
De
and then
Niro-
my number 2.
Hold on. De Niro playing the opposite
Yeah.
role he did in King of Comedy.
Yeah.
Like he plays the Joker character in King of Comedy,
Yep.
and in
Full
this,
circle.
he's the
Yeah.
he's the
Poetic cinema.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 is A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which
I had the poster.
good Lord, this movie was an emotional roller coaster for me because I didn't see. As Dan said in Bombshell, he saw Megyn Kelly instead of Charlize Theron. I saw Fred Rogers instead of Tom Hanks. When he comes on the screen and he starts singing, and you see the aesthetic of the show, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, I started crying. I was like, this is beautiful. And the whole movie is a beautiful, emotional journey through a journalist with his own personal problems, his personal relationship with his dad. And Fred Rogers kind of acts as the mediator, the godlike figure that is going to repair that relationship as his father, played by Chris Cooper, is getting very ill. It's a really great movie. I was actually surprised at how much emotional power it holds through Tom Hanks's Oscar-worthy performance as Fred Rogers. If you're going to go see this movie, only see it for him. It's terrific. He is a supporting actor. I will say he is a supporting actor, but it's really, really great. And the director, Mario Heller, has made 3 movies. I hated The Diary of a Teenage Girl. I hated that movie. I thought Can You Ever Forgive Me was fine. But A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood is truly her best work, her best film. Yeah.
She gets better as her movies go along.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mentioned this movie by T.T. was really good.
Yes. Okay. Number 1.
Sorry, Can You is Melissa McCarthy, right? And what's his
Yeah.
name? Richard E. Grant. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry. Go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, great movie. Anyway.
Yeah. Number 1 is the greatest movie of the decade. Yes, you have heard me. It is the
Star Wars,
best
The Rise
movie
of
I have
Skywalker?
seen this decade. No, it's not. It's better than that, actually. It is Tom Hooper's Cats.
No.
What in the
What?
green? That was awful.
A piece of cinema. When I saw this movie
Get that
today,
one.
You said
cinema.
you didn't see this movie. because
Wait,
you
no,
wanted
I
to
lied.
die in a car
Cinema
accident.
is back. It is resurrected from the dead. Taylor Swift. Oh Lord, where have you been all my life? And Jason Derulo. When Jason Derulo says Jason Derulo, I literally it's a joke. Okay, the best movie of the year, not the best movie of the decade, but it is the best movie of the year in my opinion. Is Uncut Gems.
Oh
by-
yeah, I really want to see that
I
one.
saw that
Yeah.
on Christmas Day.
And
Um,
honorable mentions. Great choice, though, Max.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this year Eddie Murphy comes back with Dolomite Is My Name, which is another good movie. And Adam Sandler comes back with the best performance of his entire motherfucking career
Wow.
as
Yeah.
Howard Ratner. This movie literally starts out with a colonoscopy with the so you go in the inside of a diamond and then you exit through the inside of a colon. and then
Happens every day to me.
And then it's Adam Sandler having a colonoscopy, and it's basically it's predetermining the fact that your ass will be tightened for 135 minutes because this movie is the most stressful motherfucking thing I have seen this year. It's incredible.
Can I just say something, Max, too?
Yeah.
All right. I was in a screening of a different movie while some of my press buddies were in a screening of Uncut Gems. We all come out of it was called Queen and Slim, which I loved. They all come out of Uncut. There was only 6 of them in there. They all come out of the movie. Their faces are literally white.
I know.
Literally white, Max. There's
I know.
no color. One guy's an Asian guy. He is white. There is a scene in this movie that is so shocking that it takes the color out of people's faces.
Oh yeah.
Jesus,
It's a weird movie. It starts out in the mines of Ethiopia with Ethiopian Jews getting injured, and then goes inside of a diamond through a colon, Adam Sandler's colon, and that's how the movie starts with this really loud synthesizer music. In my opinion, the best score of the year. By the way, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I've been listening all day. I've been listening to it all day. Adam Sandler is so motherfucking good. This is a guy that never seems to catch a break or never seems to take a break. Like, as soon as you think his life is going to get back on track, or okay, now he finally figured it out, something else happens, and you're like, oh shit, here we go.
Oh shit, it gets really intense.
It's literally like, okay, well, he's never gonna.
He was in a crap box earlier the year on Netflix, one of his Netflix movies.
Murder Mystery.
Yeah, whatever it was.
Yeah, that's just.
It's incredible.
There's one I watched that I didn't like.
Al Pacino and Adam Sandler started out the decade with the horrible Jack and Jill,
Yeah.
and they
That is
finished the decade
garbage.
with Irishman and Uncut Gems. But holy mother of God, the
Can I
Safdie
just say
brothers.
one more thing, Max? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't need to interrupt you. The thing about this movie is once you start to see this character of Howard Ratner, you absolutely do not like him at all.
Oh yeah, he's
Throughout the movie, you
Yeah,
cannot
he's a scumbag.
he's a piece of motherfucking shit.
Yep.
That's
Oh,
a
by
lie.
the way, Idina Menzel in this movie.
Oh.
Yo, dude.
You mean Adele Dazeem?
Yeah, okay, from fucking Tulsa.
The girl, though, Max, she was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Julia Fox, the porn star.
Oh, is she really?
Don,
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Don Cano. Okay.
What's my name? Don Cucino. It's a whole new thing. Don Cucino.
Oh.
Whatever. I know she was actually a dominatrix, photographer and model. I read that.
I loved
Um,
her. I never seen her before.
She's never started in a movie. She
Oh,
was great. She was really great. This movie, by the way, I don't want to spoil it because it just came out, but it is. Oh my God! It is the cinematic event of the year in my opinion.
Yeah.
Again,
Adam Sandler, welcome back. Please don't make Jack and Jill 2, or otherwise I will literally shove this movie up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
Grown
stick
Ups
with drama. You look for drama or crime dramas.
you're right,
And
Max. You're right.
yeah, Gotti 2 is another one. What an amazing piece of cinema. Okay, Tevye, you're up. Please don't make it the 45 minutes long.
Yeah, you gotta go quick.
Yeah, go quick a little bit.
Well, I
And,
do have to honor mentions.
yeah, sure.
Put honor mention and Lemon Last Blood. Okay, before people get angry, Lemon Last Blood was an awesome movie. Lemon fan is bad and pretty bad and awesome. I love Lemon Last Blood. This movie is yes, the first two I find it very slow. Well, give it there. It's Rambo kicking ass. It's killing the cartel. But they're not right. That was awesome and bad, and it kicks them ass. It's pretty awesome. I love it. Like I don't care what people. I don't care Chris Smoking. I think it's a good movie. I mean, next thing I want to mention is It Chapter 2.
Ugh,
Okay.
it was boring as hell.
I really love It Chapter 2. I think It Chapter 2 was a good horror movie of it and a good sequel to first chapter. Just it's long, but I didn't have the point because the book is huge, so it needs to be long. And the way I did have the story after the miniseries was garbage and bad. This other story, I had to get to the part two. I actually a lot more better than part one. Well, scratch that. Let me back up. Well, I mean, it did. When the 10 night bad, the message is garbage. You got to get the story 10 night bad after it's good. But they fixed the ending with the miniseries. The ending was stupid. This ending was better. And as a fan, I've seen McKenna did a good movie, High Minutes.
They keep foreshadowing that the ending sucks, by the way.
Yeah, they do.
That was funny.
Jamie making a cameo, or even Peter Bogdanovich, which was really
That's right. Bogdanovich.
Yep. That
That was like the most surprising cameo of the year. I was like, what the fuck are you doing in this movie?
Yep, that was great. And next on my mention is Reign of Superman. A good sequel to Devil Superman, in my opinion. Not my favorite movie, but I think it's a good sequel. I saw it in theaters. It was so worth seeing in theaters. It was very cool. Unlike another movie I saw in theater, Code Vein. No, not Code Vein. Code Geass with the movie I did see, which kind of was so confusing. That movie, so this movie I think made sense because it picked up where the left off, but it to tell at the Wayne Superman story. The one downside is not agree though, dark side stuff. And Justice League War stuff to Wayne Superman, the no dark side stuff does not need to exist. Despite that one, I did it really fun when we watch the theaters. Well, I highly Wayne Superman is a fan of the Devil Superman. It's not a good Devil Superman, but it's a good sequel. Alright, next I want to mention is Captive State. Okay,
Really?
Before people get hear me out. Captive State, I think it's a very interesting sci-fi movie. Yes, it's not my favorite sci-fi movie probably, but I think the story is very interesting. It's basically like what happened is we lost and they won. And at this point, at the end of the point, I thought the story we got. It was confusing. It was kind of all over the place. The characters, I get connect you into and get the main character, but I think the story in my opinion. Plus, the other character got the cop in my opinion. That's the interesting character. But I didn't book it in my opinion. But the way it ended, I didn't get the ending. I got saw the evolution, but it was interesting.
All right, moving on.
And next one I mention is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay, like I said, I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan. I think this movie was really good, but I gotta admit, it was long and very slow. But then at the point, but those last 4 years were really funny and very awesome. But despite that, I think it's a very good movie in my opinion. Not a fan of Quentin Tarantino movie, but I think it's really good. Alright, next one I want to mention is Crawl. Crawl is a very good horror movie.
That's the crocodile movie?
Yep.
Yeah, Crocodile Rock.
That was awesome.
It's $1.50 and it goes by fast and it's so good. It keeps you invested.
Yeah, it does.
Nice.
And very intense. I did one intense horror movie I've seen out this year. And 9.5 the crocodile gets scared, but then the main crocodile is scary. And that's it paid off. Like, this is a good horror movie, very underrated, and I'm so glad I saw it in the theaters. Like, this is really high recommend it. Alright, next I want to mention is Rocket Man. If I can say it's a good biopic, a good musical, and way better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Screw Bohemian Rhapsody. This movie is better, and this movie should deserve an Oscar. But you don't have to not deserve an Oscar. This movie is better. It's a good, true Elton John biopic. I recommend watching the movie in upstairs. Next I'm going to mention is Alita Battle Angel. I love Alita Battle Angel. I don't care what anyone says. But I love the movie. I'm hoping I gotta get a sequel. I want my sequel. But I don't think that's going to happen. But still, the way it ended is bad and awesome.
It's got to make money, baby.
That's true. Alright, next I'm going to mention is Brightburn. A very interesting horror movie. And very in Twitter, Superman origin. What did you make him evil? I've been told to order Ultraman from the Crime Syndicate. Yeah, but for the Crime Syndicate of Earth 3, the evil villain Jessica. I call this evil Superman Ultraman because when he goes nuts, he goes insane. But the thing that got me, the ending, the bad guy won because he won, like what the whole sense. Like that's what shocked me about the movie, and it's actually pretty cool, way horror movie in my opinion. I did hear rumor that they're gonna make a evil Justice League Cinematic Universe, but I don't want that. I think the movie a good one shot, but I want to make one shot and anyway here. Don't do any more sequels. But that's just my opinion. Oh yeah. I have two women left. Next one is Parasite. I love Bong Joon-ho. I think it's a very good movie. I think the movie is pretty awesome, and I think it's a good at the very interesting foreign movie. And very dark, but that's where I did not see that one coming. That was a very interesting twist, and I'm very true with next part of it. Dan, you had a good movie argument. My final mention is Midsummer.
Yeah, baby.
A good horror movie, and I pretty much been horror movie all year. I don't give a people call this movie. Yes, some people say it's like overrated. But I disagree. I think it's a good horror movie, very tense, very dark, very insane. I mean, Jesus Christ, like with this cold pretty good. So in long time, it's very fucked up. I didn't even fuck that cold I've seen in theater next to the Wicker Man. Oh, speaking of Wicker Man, this movie doesn't like the Wicker Man with the bear suit. That was funny.
Yeah.
But
I love the Wicker Man, both of them.
yeah, but the Nick Cage one, Nick Cage was very funny, but
Oh, I love it.
yeah, this got dark. But that ending, holy shit! But she went freaking nuts. But then again, she had the water insane. So I was not a plus. But Jesus Christ, this was dark. This was dark almost all year. Yeah, but holy shit, this was dark. It's a bad horror movie. I should check it one out. It's a bad movie. Check one out. There you go. Those are my honorable mentions. Now we get the top 10 list. Oh my god. My number 10 best movie 2019. John Wick Chapter 3.
Nice.
Of course.
A great action movie. A great action kick out of Keanu Reeves movie. And on my left because it was garbage. This movie had to turn out bad because it had a good plot to it. But you understand that nope, it's not action. It's a movie that came out. Not this year, more like any other year. Believe me, it's simple, it's actually bad, a great event story, and hope and very happy to see John Wick Chapter 4. Chapter going to be awesome, and can say, oh, speaking of John Chapter, apparently Chapter will get video which is in The Matrix. I don't feel about that because then why many Matrix 4? The Matrix ending was 3. You have to give me one end. We don't need a sequel. Whatever. We'll see how that turns out. But I love John Wick. It's a great movie. It's a great action movie, a great event movie, and I can't wait to Chapter 4. It'll be awesome. There you go. My number 9 top 10 movie 2019 is Jojo Rabbit.
Nice.
Did anyone see this?
It was dark. It was fine. It wasn't great.
I pretty loved it. Like, they did a very, very funny dark comedy. Like, holy shit. Talk about you know that they do a very funny dark, right? And this got very dark. Well, it does do Nazis that would make sense, in my opinion.
It gets dark in the second act of the film.
Yeah, it does.
The first act is like very pure satire that I found somewhat a little offensive.
There was a jaw-dropping moment in this film you do not see coming.
Yeah, I see how it's coming. My jaw dropped again.
You could not believe this.
Like,
I'm not
holy shit.
We're not going to give it away, Mark. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Good,
I won't get that way, but it got dark. That made my jaw drop because what? Like, holy shit. Like the second half of a very dark movie. These are very dark comedy. It makes sense, but Jesus Christ. Like, these were very funny dark comedies, I highly recommend check the movie out. It's I see the movie like this has to be my top 10 because it's very great. I highly recommend it. Very dumb. What was that? My number 8 best movie 2019 Batman vs TMNT. I never thought I would say it, but damn it. Why did we get this crossover earlier? This crossover was awesome. Holy shit. They would have made the crossover. Anyone see it?
Yeah.
No?
No, what's it called?
Batman vs TMNT.
No.
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
that
Yeah,
one.
didn't see it, Tavia.
I loved it. If you're a fan of TMNT, the third fan of Batman, this is a great crossover. This is one of my favorite DC anime movies that came out this year, period. Like, about damn time we got crossover with Batman vs TMNT. Why couldn't we have this crossover before? This was amazing anime. The action scene was amazing. The story was great. The writing was great. The voice acting was excellent. Everything was perfect. This is my favorite DC anime movie that came out this year. This movie was excellent and 10 times better than new DC anime movies. Screw the new DC anime movie. This is how you do a good crossover. Like, Marvel, take a hand with DC. Give me a teeny minute to cover Daredevil. I'm waiting. TikTok. Like, this guy did a great crossover. A high command check them out immediately. Especially fan Teeny Minute Ninja Turtle and fan Batman. Yeah, great crossover argument. There you go. Alright, my number 7 top to make the movie that came out in 2019, Undercut Gems.
Oh man, what a great movie! Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
I won't. Like, oh shit, what a great Alex Sandler. If I tell Alex Sandler made a comeback, why can't we get this Alex Sandler before? Like this is like a great actor. He's a great actor, like drama actor. He's perfect. Comedy, I think he's dead. Watch that.
Apple Brothers, 2 for 2, right, Tavia?
Yeah, he is 2 for 2. Like
Oh, yeah.
this was a great movie, very great, intense movie, very dark, very, very insane. Well, not insane, but holy shit! This movie had to made my jaw drop again. What? I almost wanted to to say, damn. I never seen it coming, but they did great at the intense thriller, and I can't appreciate it. After congratulating you, redeem yourself after a wholly bad movie. I'm hoping that you do get on for an Oscar. Because damn it, you said an Oscar, damn it, at the main performance. And what's the sort of Academy actually nominated for something, but you're in the Academy, they won't do it because they're cowards.
No, that you're right. No, you make a valid point, Tavia. He just definitely deserves it. Problem is,
Yeah.
there's only 5 spots in the best actor category this year. Is so slam packed. There's easily 10 guys you could nominate for best
That's
actor.
true. Yeah. But yeah,
Oh, yeah. What are you doing?
That was a score for Uncut Gems. Whatever.
well, yeah, and I did a great movie. I had to check my media. It's not the movie, but if you want to check the movie in January, I should check on January. If you got shot. You know, if a January does shit run from movie
Well,
January.
he wins a Golden Globe on Sunday. He may actually
He
get in.
actually is not nominated for a Golden Globe
Oh, really?
He's not? God
He's
damn
not.
it. That sucks.
because they changed the freaking category from comedy to drama,
Of course they
and
did.
they changed the movie Uncut Gems. Like it's a drama instead of a comedy. It's more of a comedy, but whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, Undercut Jen, not even kind, more a first
I
drama.
like the 2 Popes, but I think definitely Uncut Gems should have gotten him in there instead of like a Jonathan Pryce or
Yeah, I agree.
Oh yeah. I agree. All right, number 7.
And I think I'm at number 6.
Oh, number 6. Okay,
My number 6 best movie 2019, Spine Far From Home.
of course.
A great sequel.
I
I like that movie a lot.
I like it.
Yeah. My opinion being one best Spider-Man movie that came out. It's not good at Into Spider-Verse. It's probably far better.
Yeah.
But damn it, they did a great sequel to Spider-Man Homecoming, a great sequel from Endgame. And Mysterio, my opinion, with the action villain, especially that post-credit scene. Well, the mid-credit scene, and the mid-credit scene made my jaw drop because it's your best-selling movie that me. My jaw dropped. I saw this particular cameo.
It's a great
Because-
twist to
No.
that, too.
Yeah, they would have great twist that too. Because
It's a little predictable, but it's really good how they execute it.
Well, if you
Yeah.
know the comics,
Exactly.
you know.
Yes.
But
yeah, you know,
I love how they kept it out of the
Yeah.
trailers.
campaign and all that stuff.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
did a nice job of that.
Yeah, Sony, I mean, even though I may hate Sony or the other project, did in my opinion, that when they get the right people and they get more street, they know how to do a good movie. But Sony, for love of God, don't screw up another deal. Because you remember Spidey before with your movie Venom.
Well, they're making Morbius.
They're very
I know they're
Morbius.
excited for it.
Yeah.
Venom 2.
That's gonna be
With
awful.
Jared Leto.
Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
gonna be bad. Like,
Next summer it comes out. I can't wait.
yeah, in 2020.
When are we getting Craven? When are we getting Craven's
When-
last?
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah, when you came out, that's such a great story. Like, for the God, so don't make a Craven 100 movie. That's a bad idea. Just put Craven in the Spider-Man movie like it belongs.
Good
Like,
job.
you need a villain for God's sake. Like, not every villain needs their own movie. Venom only works. Well,
Yeah, I did not
kinda,
like
sorta.
Venom.
Venom only works, because he's an anti-hero. Well, he's a villain first, then we get an anti-hero, we get Spider-Man. It's a whole thing.
All right. What's your number 5, dude?
Yeah. My number 5, best movie 2019, Joker.
Yeah.
Holy shit, what a great use of plot that came in 2019. I mean, this movie's a fun idea. You get one for her recommendation, a Joker origin story. Really? That's a bad idea. No one wants a Joker origin story. Joker's not an origin story. That's a whole idea. But when I have at the casting, I could be the good actor. I trust him with Shady Plot. And he pulled it off as a part. This movie was it was intense, dark, very, very, very messed up, and she did fight when we got the people. I didn't see them coming. That was dark, but the one thing I have with Batman origin that they have a Thomas Wayne and they have more Wayne to kill. But look, I get it. It's a Batman origin story, so you need to do a Batman origin to give it. Come on, wait, that's the one negative. But despite that negative, Dude, a great movie. Very intense. Very dark. Very, very, very insane, literally. And holy shit, the twists and turns. These are my more favorite movie this year. And I can't believe I'm saying this. DC, so one way, do movies like these. Like, if you want to do villain origin story, fine, but do it like this. Well, don't make all your movies like this, obviously. That's a bad idea. But if you want to do villain origin story, just do it count in their solo movies. Your team movies, not so much. Oh, speaking of team movies, we have Birds of Prey coming out in 2020. Yay, Birds of Prey. Yeah, that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Yeah, number 4. My number 4 best movie of 2019 is another kid I do love, Captain Marvel Bang Shazam.
Nice.
I'm a huge fan of Bigger Cheese Captain Marvel, and I'm a huge fan of this character. So I am super happy to get a good movie out of my figure DC after not getting it after I do love. But I love the Bigger Cheese Captain Marvel. I love Shazam. They were a great movie. It was fun. It was intense. It's funny. They were a great comedy. It's a great superhero movie. It's big, intense superhero. It's awesome. I love his character. And actually, I want to bring in DC. I am super happy movie success. And I cannot wait for more sequel. Please, WWD, don't give me another sequel. I love the cast. I love the story. And unlike the New 52 Order cover garbage, this other one said I better actually fix the part I have of the actual Order story. Well, the New 52 Order story. The New 52 Order it's a story. Like, dude, a great movie. I highly man, if you're not seeing this movie, go see it. Go check it out. And then the movie, we got Black Adam movie. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm intrigued. Play it the lock. So we'll see how that turns out. I think it's coming in 2021. I don't remember.
All right, number 3.
My number 3 best movie 2019 is How to Train Your Dragon Hidden World.
Oh.
Great anime movie that came out this year, and holy shit, what a great end to the trilogy.
I think it might actually win an Oscar this year, Tavia.
The best animated film of the year was Lego Movie 2.
Yeah, Lego Movie 2 was good. But I think How to Train Your Dragon 3 was a great sequel, and my opinion, they were a great ending to the entire trilogy.
I believe it's the best, Tavia. I believe.
Yeah.
Remember, it has lost twice.
It hasn't been a great year for animated movies.
It hit the How You Train Your Dragon franchise has already lost 2 Academy Awards.
Yes.
I think this is a culmination award for the previous 2 movies, and it deserves. I think if you go back and look at the best animated films of the year, it's actually the best.
It's the best.
No.
Because the animation is amazing, the story is great, the writing is great, and heck he developed the character from the first movie when he was a kid, all up to this movie. I think the story of this movie is a great arc, and the emotion, this got me crying because damn, this is very emotional. Twisted 4 did get me emotional well, because I wasn't sad about it, but damn, it did have to hit me in the field, and that ending was very emotional. I'm hoping. For the God, movie get 9%. They did a great movie and one of the animations this year. It Twisted 4 with Ninaka. I never see for in 2 years. I think it's Frozen 2, but they did a great movie.
Make the best every year. They don't make the best every year. And this is one of those years that Disney did not make the best animated movie. And I agree. Should win. That's just my opinion.
I agree. You should win for this one. Like Disney, I might actually an anime movie, but damn it, this movie deserves a lot more recognition. I'm planning to get an Oscar. This movie emotion and a great ending, and thank God the end of the trilogy is a great end to that story. And like I said, the great movie high minute. Like I said, Twisted 4 will win on my list. I did see I did right, but I didn't even return it in Twisted 4. But yeah, that's my opinion. My number 2 best movie 2019 is Boy Bird Fly. A great biopic, a great acting movie about the 2 men going at the odds, a great racing movie, and what's it like? Brad Pitt and Kristen Bell have great chemistry. They did a great movie, and one of the racing like holy shit, the movie is awesome. I love this movie, and damn that ending, that broke me. What? No, Like that
What
made me
they did with
sad.
the cameras, Tavia. What they did with the cameras was
Yeah,
great.
the camera is awesome as well.
Braking and the braking and the shifting and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Great how they put the cameras in those places to make it gave it more dramatic effect.
yeah.
in the distance.
Especially the racing. The racing was excellent. Like the entire way was
Before the
excellent.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, dude, a great movie, and look, it's fun to drop the Logan to as a part of movie, but damn it, he put out a great movie, and I'm hoping when this new movie gets nominated at least for an Oscar. No,
Who
we're gonna-
directed that one?
The director of Logan.
James Mangold.
James Mangold.
Yeah,
And then what did he do
Mangold.
again? Didn't he do a Wolverine movie?
Logan.
Yeah, he
Logan.
did Logan.
Logan,
He
that's
did
Walk
310
the
the
Line.
Year.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yep.
Walk the Line.
Yep.
But I love James Mangold. He's a great director. And this movie is excellent. I love the movie. And I'm finally going to be nominated for an Oscar or something. Because this movie is great. I highly recommend it.
Oh, and by
Yeah.
the way, Disney Plus has X-Men Origins Wolverine now.
Ugh.
Well, of course.
Of course it does, because they bought Fox. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Deadpool in that movie?
But they don't have the Revenant.
No, they
Nope.
don't.
I
Well-
enjoy the Revenant very much.
You should have
What a
Freddy
piece
got
of crap
fingered.
that is. You get Wolverine, you don't have the Revenant.
Yeah.
All right, number one.
It's the same movie.
Well, kind of, just sort of. It's that Logan, I think that was a great Western shot superhero movie. But anyway, back on track. My number one, February 2019. Drumroll, please.
Avengers.
Avengers Endgame.
Of course.
Nice.
We knew it. We knew it.
My all favorite movie came out this year. The feature experience, actually, the story made
Love
it.
it.
Sequel to Infinity War. And holy shit, what great at the opening. The opening of the movie is very dark. But then they pull it off. I love Avengers Endgame. It's my all favorite movie of the decade. Dude, a great feature experience. But that last final battle with the man against Thanos, holy, dude, a great movie. And look, I said, it's a great ending to MCU. And if this not making the MCU, this would be a perfect ending to MCU. But it Disney, so we know they won't stop making the movie. But personally, they're the perfect ending to the entire series of movies. These only Star Wars Rise of Skywalker ended badly. These are a good ending to after saga. Disney, why do you commit a bad Star Wars movie and you make it more good end of Marvel? Like, I don't get your logic, but you know what? Despite that negative, but this is a great movie. I love the movie, great theater experience, great emotional payoff, great ending, and love it. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. Oh, Anthony Max. No way in hell. Number one. You want to pay me $5 to see that movie, but I'm never gonna see ever. But this is my great movie. I highly recommend it.
All right. Thank you, Tevya. Now Henry is
Yep.
up, and then we're gonna go with Mark. Please try to keep it short. It is God damn it, 10:49, and we're 2 hours and 56 minutes into the stream. So,
All right.
all right, go ahead.
I'll just name drop a few honorable mentions first. We got
Sure.
The Souvenir, The Last Black Man in San Francisco,
Two good ones.
Midsommar,
Three good ones.
The Irishman,
4
Yes.
good ones.
Four good ones.
Us,
Wow.
Oh,
yeah,
Dolomite is my
I did
name.
see that. That was good.
You like your A24, don't you, Henry?
yeah, Dolomite if you didn't hear, Her Smell, and Knives Out.
Didn't like her smell that much.
It's not
All right,
for
number
everyone,
10.
but I enjoyed it. But my number 10 is Avengers Endgame. What a way to wrap up the Infinity Saga.
Yep.
That,
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah, you're right about
Great
that.
movie.
yeah.
No doubt the Infinity Saga.
RDJ killed it. Evans
I am
killed
Iron
it.
And Renner killed it.
Yeah.
Yep. I am fantastic.
All right.
Number 9.
Jojo Rabbit.
Ah,
Which
Nice.
I really liked this one. Thomas and Mackenzie and Scarlett Johansson were fantastic, particularly. And it's just really funny and yeah.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Joker. Get what it fucking deserves. Why is it saying cats again?
Oh.
I commented that a long time ago and
Mark is
it
back.
popped up twice. But yeah. Joaquin Phoenix kills it here. I don't know if it's his best, but it's up there.
It's a culmination of a career that he deserves to win an Oscar,
Cats.
right, Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look Cats. Oh.
if he won, I would love that, but there have been a lot of good performances.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, by the way, there are 3 that I haven't seen that I think could make the top 10, which are Little Women, which I'm seeing later this week, Uncut Gems, and Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Oh, lucky
God
guy.
damn it! Portrait of a Lady Fire comes out in February here.
Yeah,
February
I might
14th.
just stream it because
What's that one about?
Oh God, it's a lesbian love story, Mark.
Well,
Ow.
so I can watch those for free on the internet. Hello.
yeah,
French.
Anyway.
It's French and it's got subtitles, but
yeah.
Oh, beautiful. All right,
Yeah.
go
Number
ahead.
6, number 7 is Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. Tom Hanks, fantastic as Mr. Rogers. And Matthew Rhys is great as well. I think Tom Hanks is a shoo-in for an Oscar nom.
Oh, he's gonna get that Oscar nomination. He has
Better.
to.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Good Lord.
day in the cat orbit. Cat. Whatever.
beautiful day in the
Cat for her.
All right. Number 6 is The Farewell.
Oh, I really want to see that one.
Which,
fantastic. Aquafina. Wow, is she great?
yeah, I wasn't sure how I felt about her in Crazy Rich Asians, but
Hey, she was great in Jumanji, Dan. Your poster.
I didn't
behind
see
you.
Yeah, I
that,
know.
but
She was. She was really good.
Did you ever see the sequel? And
She-
yeah,
I loved her in
Yep.
Ocean's 8 and Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
yeah, Ocean was really not a good. Wait.
yeah, but she truly shines in this, as does everyone else.
Yeah.
But anyway, number 5 is Honey Boy.
Oh,
Which
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Shia.
is Shia.
Playing his father.
Yeah,
I need cats. Oh.
Honey Cats. Max is really loving his cats.
Yeah, he could have died watching that movie.
Yeah.
I almost died today
On,
because I was such a mad lad to go see Cats, but I'm going. January
Yeah.
2nd. Let's go.
can't
But
wait
I'm
to
going,
hear
I'm going to see that shit too.
It's gonna be the first Jerry movie, and they're gonna bring it worse with 2020.
I'm waiting for
Yeah.
the IMAX re-release.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bring it.
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf is
I cats.
fantastic, and
Yeah.
so are Noah Jupe, Lucas Hedges, and FKA Twigs.
Yeah, they're all
FKA Twigs is in this.
Yeah, she plays Shy Girl, who
Oh my
dates
God.
the young version of the kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've not seen much of the director's other work, but I look forward to checking the rest of it out.
He wrote the script too, right, Shia?
Yeah, Shia wrote the script.
All right. Number
4, Marriage Story, which obviously fantastic performances from Driver, Johansson, Dern, and everyone else. Like, I don't know what much to say, but
you can
That's-
just sing "Being Alive."
yeah, I hope it gets a lot of nominations and some wins. But yeah. Number 3, this one might actually go up to number 1 with the rewatch, but for
Cats.
now it's number 3. Yeah, Cats. Parasite.
Oh.
Yeah.
Henry, good job.
There was a point in the movie where I like forgot I was watching a movie. Like it like felt real.
Yeah, it really did.
And yeah, all the actors are fantastic, particularly what's that
Father.
name?
Sean Kang Ho.
Poor family, the father
Yeah.
of the poor family. Yeah,
The dad and the daughter.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they're all great. All great.
Yeah.
They're all fantastic.
Jessica, only child from Illinois, Chicago. What a line.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway. Number 2 is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
Holly Katz.
Once
Right,
upon a
yeah.
time.
Or Once Upon a Time in
Hey,
Cats.
cats.
Pussywood.
Pussywood. That's
Once upon a time in Pussywood. I don't know.
That's with Margaret Qualley.
Ooh, yes.
Oh, and she also plays Pussycat.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I really like this movie. I kind of want it to win just so Tarantino can have made a Best Picture, but this has been such a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
Why aren't you bad?
You just keep me hanging on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not one of the best of the year. I mean, it's one of the better
Yeah.
films of the year, but it's just not the best of the year. I don't
Agreed.
Yeah.
I agree.
I really liked Brad Pitt as Cliff
gonna win an
Booth.
Mhm. Yeah, he could be nominated
A
for
cigarette and dip in acid.
Yeah,
That was hilarious.
I hope
I
he,
think it's a
DiCaprio, and
I think it's
Robbie
a career,
get nominated.
Yeah, the caveat with action.
I think you're going to get a career Oscar for Brad Pitt this year.
You may, yeah, that
Yeah.
would be good.
Let's get a cat one and one to put down. All right. Well,
And irony of all ironies, if he wins, it'll be the third consecutive film an actor got Best Supporting Actor in.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, number 1.
Number
Cats.
1. Yeah, Cats. Greatest movie ever made.
Gotti 2.
Avengers and
Oogini.
Yes. What is your view?
Guys,
My,
goddamn.
my real number 1. This is probably a hot take, but I really enjoyed this movie, and that is Booksmart.
Okay.
Which,
GG.
it's for people like Henry, though, Mark. It's for young people going to
True.
high school, getting
True.
out of high school, going into college.
True.
It's
True.
geared towards people like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Billy Lord
That's
was
why I don't
freaking amazing
understand
in
the
that
younger
movie.
generation. So that's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's my opinion. I understand like people not liking it, but I do. So
Yeah.
That's
that's that.
all that matters, Henry.
That's all that
Don't,
matters.
Yeah,
don't let
All right,
anybody
yeah.
tell you that your opinion doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
Exactly.
matters to
Thank you.
And it's also just a movie. Like, who cares in the end,
Yeah,
right?
like,
Screw the haters.
Yeah.
yeah.
Cats. All right.
I thought Caitlin Deaver was fantastic.
Billy Lord.
Yeah, Billy Lord, Diana
What-
Silvers, everyone.
I want to just give you a couple recommendations for Caitlin Deaver. Them That Follow. Oh my God.
Yeah, that was a good one.
And she's in these movie where she gets raped on
Yeah,
on
Unbelievable.
the
or
miniseries.
something.
Netflix.
I watched
Watch
that.
She's
That
really
was
good in
great.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Hard for some, but it's important.
very much.
Yeah, I'm definitely think she's gonna be doing great things in the future. And one more shout out to the show Euphoria, because I just saw
Oh.
that, and that show slaps.
Oh yeah, it's great.
I've heard
Fantastic.
that's good, man. Yeah.
Euphoria
Yeah.
is so freaking good. Zendaya,
Yeah.
oh my God, is she good in that? Everybody
Yeah.
in the show is a
Hunter Schafer.
the
Oh, yeah.
girl, the one girl, she's in also in Waves. She's in Waves.
Yeah, Wade
Demi.
was good. Wade did supply me.
All
Yeah.
right. So thank you,
All right.
Henry, for your
Waves
list.
is a mixed bag for me.
I
in
love
that.
I love Waves.
All right. Now it's time for Mark to give his list. Spoiler alert. 10 through 2 are Cats, and number 1 is Gotti 2. Thank you, everybody. Have a happy New
No, it's
Rude
actually
sense.
Year. Very soon. No. Okay, go ahead.
All right, honorable mentions here. I like The Rise of Skywalker. It is
Oh,
not.
boy.
It is not the best Star Wars movie.
Because you're a Palpatine.
I am a
Worst
Palpatine.
line
That's
of the
very
year.
true. I am pro Empire. Everybody needs to know that. They're not that bad. If you think about it, they did actually clean up the galaxy and they got rid of the death sticks on Coruscant. So they're not terrible people. Tyranny, whatever. That's just a means to an end. But The Rise of Skywalker, I enjoyed. And then another honorable mention was Long Shot with Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen,
Wow.
mainly because, in my opinion, it was very surprising. I went in thinking, this will be another, romantic comedy, whatever. And Charlize Theron is really fucking good. I do want to see Bombshell. You guys have mentioned it. So I would say Long Shot, again, just a surprise. And I don't care what Sheev Palpatine says over there, even though you are my Lord and Master, and I bow to you, Sheev. But Aladdin, I was more surprised than anything. I expected to I expected really not to like it because I love the animated, the animated one from '92. Grew up with that. It turned me on to Robin Williams, and Robin Williams is still, like, hands down, him and Phil Hartman are still my two not only favorite comedians but most influential comedians ever. Okay, so I went in thinking it would be a trash pile, and I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. So is it a perfect movie? Of course not. You mentioned auto-tune. Everything is auto-tuned. I despise that, but everything is. So anyway, Rise of Skywalker, Long Shot, Aladdin, those are my honorable mentions. My number 10 is Spider-Man Far From Home, which I thought was a really great sequel. Of course, Homecoming is much better. Into the Spider-Verse is much better. But as a sequel, exactly, Cats from Home. I loved it. They go to Europe. I loved it. They go to Prague. It's a really beautiful city there. They again, if you understand Mysterio as I know Mysterio, I still felt a little bit surprised. I knew Mysterio would have been somehow involved in all the things that are going on, but how they revealed it and how that whole little group of people, again, I don't want to spoil too much of it, but there's a little group that Jake Gyllenhaal's character kind of gets support around. Fantastic. I love that one. And Martin Starr, who I actually sat next to one time on an airplane, is a fantastic guy who's a great actor in this. Same with JB Smoove, and that was fantastic. So that was my number 10. My number 9 is Dr. Sleep. I love Dr. Sleep. I think Dr. Sleep is a really great movie. I love The Shining. Anything. I don't care. I did not like Ready Player One. I love the scene of The Shining.
Get out of town.
But The Shining, that scene is the only good scene in that whole movie, in my opinion.
Wasn't in the book.
Well, that doesn't matter to me, but it's just, it's fan service. It's whatever. They go back. I love the whole ending. And even the first 2 acts were great, had me on the edge of the seat. Ewan McGregor, fantastic. Rebecca Ferguson, fantastic. Number 8 is John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. I love, again, one of the biggest surprises was John Wick Chapter 1. Now I guess we're going to call it Chapter 1. Chapter 2 is good. I put it on my top 10 of that year. It's got its moments, but I kind of felt it was a bit of a step down. However, in my opinion, I actually kind of like 3 more than I like 1 and 2. And I love 1 and I like 2, but I would say this one was just an amazing achievement, and I cannot wait for number 4. Even if number 4 is just at the same level as number 2, that's still fantastic because they have not made a bad John Wick movie, and in a trilogy, that is very rare. Very rare.
Photography, Mark.
Cinematography, again, you guys went through it. I think Max is a bit more of an expert on this kind of stuff, but when you look at the cinematography of an action movie, the only ones that I think that come to mind, and again, it's not necessarily as the movie the best movie, but remember that movie Haywire? Had great cinematography and great camera. That's what it kind of reminded me of. That they took a little of Steven Soderbergh, because I can't stand the shaky cam. Also, a beautiful movie, shot so well, and those guys, of course, are stunt performers, the directors of the two of them, and they just know what they're doing. And Keanu is never been better, and this is his role. Like, he's 50 years old, and he's finally come to this place where he is the action hero I think that he was supposed to be maybe 20 years ago, which he kind of did become with Speed and The Matrix. But it's awesome. But yes, the colors, everything. Halle Berry's part was great. I love the whole dogs thing, the performances, everything was really great. So the fact that it's improved over 3 films is an achievement, and I'm glad to see it on a lot of people's top 10s.
All right.
Number 7 for me, one of my most surprising films, because I don't like DC movies very much, although I did like Wonder Woman. But Shazam for number 7. I couldn't believe how much I liked it. I really, really, really like this movie. And the thing is, for me, I'm a huge Chuck fan. I love Zach Levi. He's always been one of those people that I thought should have more. Like, he should get a franchise. He's such a nerd. He's got a ton of great charisma. And the kid that was also in It Chapter 2, what's his name? Brian something. He was really great.
Jack Glazer.
Yes, Glazer. So he was fantastic. And honestly, like it was dark at times. It was really funny at times. It had a lot of heart. The whole thing with the foster children, that whole angle with the foster kids, great. It was fantastic. So I walked into there expecting not to like it. I walked out really enjoying it. So Shazam is number 7. Number 6 for me is Knives Out. You mentioned the old school murder mysteries. Who done it? Old school murder mysteries. I am so into that. I just watched with my mom over the holidays Murder on the Orient Express from Sidney Lumet and Death on the Nile, which I love Agatha Christie. I grew up watching Murder, She Wrote, which is basically Miss Marple. This one, I did know. I guessed after the first act was over what was pretty much going on. I knew who did it. I kind of suspected all that kind of thing. Like I kind of put it together after maybe the first half hour, 40 minutes. But the thing about it is I know that I can usually guess these because I've just watched so many murder mysteries that usually what you do is you find out what the red herring is, and then you usually follow the red herring. So once I did that, to me, so a slight predictability. But the thing about the actual movie that works is the cast, is the setting. Lakeith Stanfield is great. No, people didn't mention him. Yes, Daniel Craig is fantastic. I hope they make more movies with his character. That would be awesome. He becomes like a new Hercule Poirot. Would be fantastic. And Ana de Armas, amazing. And yeah, is a great, fantastic movie. The one thing I do want to say, I love the fact that whenever they address Anna's character, whatever her name was, the maid,
Marta.
Yeah, but they keep saying
Marta Cabrera.
They keep saying that she's from another country. So they say that she's from Venezuela, then they say she's from Colombia, then they say she's from Uruguay, then they say she's from Brazil.
That's funny.
It's like Don Johnson's like, so you're from Uruguay, but you came here. And then in the next scene, they're like, is that the Brazilian, housekeeper? I love that stuff. That was fantastic. And Rian Johnson made one of my favorite movies of all time, Looper.
Looper was fantastic.
I love that movie.
Despite I think I did so good job.
Brothers Bloom is underrated.
Which one? I've heard
Brothers Bloom.
Seen that one. Yeah, Brick is also awesome. But yeah, Brothers Bloom I want to see. But Looper, fantastic. Glad Rian Johnson is doing movies outside of sci-fi, and this one works. My number 5 is Ready or Not. I fucking loved Ready or Not. I really, really enjoyed it. I love, again, sort of a murder mystery in one kind of house. Samara Weaving, Babysitter's not the best movie, but she was phenomenal.
Fantastic. That movie's fantastic. Get out.
I think it's fine. I think it's fine as a movie, but her performance I thought was incredible in that movie. This movie, I think she's got this really amazing kind of sweet side to her, and then when she laughs she snorts, and it's like she's got some of these little things that are going on in her character. And I really actually liked Adam Brody as well. I thought his character and what he's kind of going through in that thing, plus the family dynamic, I really enjoyed it. It's not obviously a whodunit murder mystery, but it has that classical kind of Agatha Christie kind of thing going on. So I really enjoyed it. And yeah, number 5 for me, I also really thought it was a little bit better than You're Next, which I think is a really great movie as well. Number 4 is Us. I loved Get Out. I think Get Out is actually a little bit better. However, between Get Out and Us, they're both Twilight Zone
episodes. Yeah, Us is really good. I love Us.
But they're both Twilight Zone episodes. Jordan Peele, I actually enjoyed a lot of the episodes of the Twilight Zone that he did. I think this movie's really great. I love the whole fact, again, I know I mentioned Parasite not really liking the third act. And this one, the third act is very different from the first.
It's very intense.
But it works. And I love movies. This reminded me of a movie called Midnight Special from a couple of years ago.
Wonderful movie.
It's one of the best. But what the comparison is here is, again, the third act reveals something, and the movie kind of really changes. The world gets bigger once that third act reveal happens. And to me, Us was fantastic. It didn't make a ton of sense logistically, but who cares? It's a great movie.
I haven't seen Shining Do Up, but I haven't seen Freaks.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I just saw that. That's really good.
Very surprising, Tavia.
Yeah. Number 3 is Joker. Joker is such a great character study. You guys have mentioned it before. Again, I'm not a huge DC fan, although I do like Joker as a character. I thought this was just a great take. It said a lot of really interesting things. It was, took place in an interesting time where New York, like during Taxi Driver, is just a shithole with so much crime. And I don't know. I actually didn't think that it was going to be set like back in the 70s, I guess, or 80s, right?
Early 80s, late 70s.
Yeah, it's like 1980, 81-ish, I guess. I think somewhere in there, maybe 1980. But again, New York City during that time, it's such a unique, weird, dark, dirty city, like really disgusting, tons of crime. And here we have this guy who's got this neurological disorder, but is it also maybe a mental illness? And there's so many things that are going on. And by the end of it, yeah, whether it's real or not, who cares? He thinks it is, and it sort of impacts his life. And for Todd Phillips, who again, does old school, does all these comedies, I just thought he did a great job. Hoping Joaquin Phoenix will get an Oscar. I still think he was better in The Master. I think The Master is a masterpiece. I think his performance of that is unbelievable, but let's say he gets an Oscar for this or whatever would be great. Number 2 is Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame to me is this massively awesome, a culmination of these 22 films. And I love the time travel aspect. I love the fact that Tony Stark got to say goodbye to his father. I loved all these little things about it. I love what they did with Captain America. His very final kind of send off. The fact that we get a great payoff with his character. Maybe again it doesn't make a ton of sense. Like it's time travel. Who fucking cares? Right? In my opinion, it's the end. It's how do you feel? Yeah, you can work because time travel movies, like even Looper does a great story of it, but it doesn't really make too much sense when you think about it. But who cares? So I just really loved what they did with the characters, and Endgame is fantastic. Although I still like The Winter Soldier more. Endgame is certainly in my top maybe 3 or 4 Marvel movies. And my favorite movie of the year, which is one I saw in the spring, and I'm still thinking about it, and I think I've only seen it once. Is Midsummer? No, it's not. It's Cats. No, it's Midsummer. Midsummer is like fucking awesome. Midsummer is such an incredible movie. I don't want to spoil too much, but to put it this way, at the end, there's 9 human beings that end up in a place, and it's not good. And if you look at all of those 9 human beings as a metaphor for sacrifice, on her character, who is Danny, she's kind of giving up certain things to be with this community. And if you look at those 9 people, they are basically everything that she has to kind of give up that's kind of been holding her back. So to me, the fact that like they just end with a disturbing scene, but the fact that it's very metaphorical to her future and what she's given up in her past to be at this place is really fucking cool. Plus the fact that there's not a lot of dialogue. I mean, there's that one scene where they pan across that hand weaving thing of it's like the scene. It's very kind of disturbing, and they'll show, they have a bearer and all this kind of stuff that's just like in the background, and people staring at people in the background that are like not in focus. Like it's creepy. It's weird. You don't really know what the hell is going on. People are disappearing from the film. But there's it's not obvious at all. And yet when you look back on it, you're like, why the fuck did that guy go with that other? Of course, you know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh, we're missing that guy from one of the friends. And then you're like, what happened to him? And then you see it and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense because this is what he did. I loved it. I thought, what's his name? Ari Aster. Okay. So Ari Aster, Hereditary, I really loved as well. But this one just was so filled with metaphors and tapestries and like about, the whole thing of them being grad students and then her and then Florence Pugh and the things that she goes through in this movie from beginning to end. And I think it's, again, a metaphor for her kind of getting over some of the things that are holding her back in her life to come to a place where she's accepted. And it's not just about that. It's about a ton of other things. And man, I loved it. And it was also filmed in Hungary, which my dad is from. And it's a beautiful country, not filmed in Sweden, but filmed over there. So I love Hungary. A lot of films are made there right now. And it's just a beautiful, hill area with green grass. It's like, it's incredible. And I loved honestly every single thing about it, all the performances, cinematography, characters, camera work, script, everything. And I love the fact that they get into this cult or this religion, and I'm always fascinated by that stuff. They did that in Apostle, they do that in Wicker Man, they do that in these films that sort of introduce this new kind of way of thinking that's been around for so many years. And I just fucking loved it so much, and I thought it was just fantastic. So it's my favorite of the year.
And there's a shocking moment when you're watching this movie that once again, a jaw-dropping moment in this movie that you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Like, how did I just sat down and I just started drinking my drink and eating my popcorn? What the hell is going on here?
There's a lot of them. What I love about it is these guys are, these four guys and this one woman. They don't want to be rude.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't want to be rude. They want to be liberal, PC, progressive, which again, whatever they want. They don't want to appropriate anyone's culture. And so it's like they're so bright, and they're all supposed to be anthropology majors, and yet they're so like ineptly stupid when it comes to danger, because they just think that it's part of an old thing that's been going on. And I love that. I love how it's like commenting on, like, I obviously don't mean to be offensive, but there are some really fucked up cultures out there with some really scary traditions that we've basically gotten over. But if we went back 1,000 years to Sweden specifically, I mean, they were slaughtering not just animals, but people for sacrifices. And nowadays we would be enraged, but back then it would be just normal. Euthanasia was totally normal in some cultures, whereas today, not to say that it shouldn't be legalized, but we react to it so differently because it's so odd for us. It's so out of our comfort zone. And I just thought that was just such an amazing little thing that he did, and worked it in well, and worked it in with the characters, and loved it.
I mean, the culture, they killed me.
Just been awesome. And I haven't stopped thinking about it. Only seen it once in April. So I like, that's the type of thing where it's maybe, let's say Joker is a better movie, or maybe something else is a quote unquote better. Maybe even Parasite is a better movie than Midsommar. But for me, I've been thinking about it for now, 9 months, and I have only seen it once. Now, I don't know if I want to see it again. I might see it again. I might not. It's very dark. It's very disturbing. There's a lot of, stuff that's going on that's not great. However, I'm still thinking about it. So that's it.
Like the first day of July. So you saw it in April. How the hell did you see it so early?
Yeah. So I saw it in April, and I can't remember why. I think I saw it up downtown. But the thing that I also really like about it, guys, is I've been to Sweden during Midsummer. I went 20 years ago, summer 1999. And so the fact that it's bright for not only just 24 hours, for 72 hours, the sun does not go down. And it's so weird and I've woken up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and you open up your drapes and it's light like it is at noon every day.
Absolutely.
And that's at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it is.
And to me,
that's true. I've been to Scandinavia twice.
And so the thing
is, midnight and it's still day.
It's unbelievable. So for 72 hours in mid-July, the sun does not go freaking down. That's and weird. It is, but what I mean is the way that they portrayed it visually in the film, where the sun is just always, it's incredible. Yeah. Like, and the fact that so many dark things are happening in the sun is obviously this contradiction of filmmaking, where everything that has to be dark, it's like the opposite of Zack Snyder. You know what I mean? And they also, of course, to mention too, they have winter where there's no sunlight for like 72 hours, like right now in December. So I don't know, visually fantastic. All those little story beats were great. So my number one.
All right, Max, we gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
All right, yes, absolutely. I have to go to bed. I'm fucking tired. This went longer than expected. Whatever, we started like 7:30, some odd stuff like that. It lasted 3 hours and 27 seconds, and no one watched it. Beautiful. Okay, thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Tevya. Thank you, Dan, for tuning in and joining this conversation about the 10 best and worst movies of 2019. I want to wish every one of you that's right here a happy new year. And I hope that you guys had a great holiday season. And I hope the people that are watching, the 0 people that are watching, had a great holiday season. And I hope that they have a great
Happy
New
Hanukkah.
Year
Happy
in
Hanukkah.
2020. Now, very soon, I am going to jump in again and do our annual 2020 movie preview, in which we're going to preview every single movie that comes out in 2020, including the highly anticipated Gotti 3 and Cats Part 2 Electric Boogaloo.
And Guinea.
And yes,
But Mullen.
theatrical experiences of all time. All right, guys. Take care, everybody. Hope you enjoyed. Watch a lot of movies, and Happy New Year.
Peace out.
Happy
See
New
you guys.
Year.